Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Toby. Welcome to the podcast. If you're a new listener, welcome. I'm going to give a big shout out to my day ones for the past 6 years, my subscribers, my listeners. I appreciate people who talk about this podcast, who share this podcast, who support this podcast, who write reviews for this podcast. Really appreciate all your support. I've been doing this for 6 years. I've been giving it away for free. So many people ask me why I don't film it, why I don't monetize on YouTube, why don't I charge people for it on Patreon? And their answer is because I don't want to. I love these conversations in my kitchen. I love the honesty. I love that people want to come back for 2 or 3 episodes, the reoccurring guests that I have all the time. I love it. No lights, no cameras. I myself do not like going on podcasts that are being filmed and have lights. I've done it a couple times. I'll probably never do it again. I don't feel like myself in those situations. So I want all my guests to be as comfortable as possible. I do have sponsors. The sponsors keep my shit going. They keep it alive. But I will never interrupt a conversation with an ad in the middle of it. People do that all the time, and I will never interrupt the flow of a conversation. So don't worry about that. But I do have amazing sponsors who I align myself with, who the products that I use on a daily basis. I've turned down so much money for sponsors that want to be part of this podcast with companies I've never tried or didn't align with. I'm very picky about who I have on my sponsors and have on this podcast. That being said, check out the sponsors. Joe, cue up the music. Since 1987, Rockabilia has been around doing officially licensed merch. No bootlegs from all the artists that I freaking love, from pop to hip hop to rock to hardcore to punk. Over 500,000 items on this website, independently owned, operated in the USA. Custom limited collab drop every month exclusively on this website from visual artists and tattoo artists. They have so many bands that I love and artists that I love, from Gaga to Blink, Katy Perry, Bad Brains, Beastie Boys, De La, Tribe Called Quest, 50 Cent, Billy Deftones, Dead Kennedys, DMX, Dr. Dre, Eric B. and Rakim, Goo Goo Dolls, Hall & Oates, Wu-Tang, U2, Snoop, TSO, and Paramore. Those is to name a few of all my favorite bands that are on this website. I've owned t-shirts from all those artists throughout my life. Now I know to go here only. All officially licensed merchandise. Check out Rockabilia Instagram. Also go to rockabilia.com and use my code OLLC10 and get 10% off. That's rockabilia.com. Use my code OLLC10 and get 10% off your purchases. Thank you to Rockabilia for being our new sponsor. Welcome to OLLC fam.
Welcome to the One Life, One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. And today I'll be using my Kiwi accent instead of my Lower East Side accent. If you haven't guessed, this is not Toby Morse. I'm Dan Smith, and I have kind of hijacked the airwaves over here in his kitchen for a very special announcement. I've been friends with Toby for 25 years or so, and he's always shown me love and support with everything I've done, from my music, from taking bands on tour, having me create artwork for H2O, and countless other things over the years. I've filled in for them a couple times on bass and guitar and made memories I could never forget. In exchange, I've tattooed him a million times and might have seen more of his body than Moon has at this point. And today he surprised me and asked me to do my very own read and announce something that I've been working on that will now be a new sponsor of this very podcast. I grew up playing and loving soccer or football, and if music and tattoos didn't get in the way, I'm literally positive I would have been a pro. A couple years ago, me and my friend Kevin decided to start Field Soccer Supply. Field is a soccer-based clothing brand, but mostly Field's an idea that was created from me being involved in bands and tattooing, etc. for over 25 years and experiencing the crucial, amazing, connecting element of what makes the world go around: community. We kind of exist to elevate the passion for the beautiful game and just connect music, culture, historic moments along the way. So if you've got kids in soccer or you play in an adult league with your mates, you know how it goes. Every season, new uniforms, new fees, new hassles, new everything. Soccer is the biggest sport in the world, but is literally the #1 sport in America that kids actually stop playing. And the main reason is simply just the cost of everything. All those old polyester jerseys end up in a landfill something too, and the love of the game kind of follows soon after. We're going to do something different. We take old uniforms headed for the dump and recycle them. We then use the recycled polyester to create uniforms that any team can love. They're fully customizable, team kits, fan wear, and also there's a lifestyle and essentials side to it that celebrate amazing moments in soccer and music history combined. You know, playing is the most important thing. We host monthly play-for-free pickup games here in Southern California, and we're just getting started. The goal is to eventually do this everywhere and help make playing doable for anyone. Check out The Field Dream on socials and thefielddream.com for more info and join our team. Okay, I'm going to hand you back to the real host of the pod and get back to the regular programming. Thanks for listening.
Got to give a big shout out to Liquid Death. I've been in a band called H2O for 30 years, and my first real job with a company is a water brand. Go figure. Love you, Liquid Death. Love the people. Love the brand. Love the concept. Love what they give back. Love the community. Love what they do for the environment. You can go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on any of their merchandise that they make. They have such incredible collabs. Also, if you want to hear the story of the CEO, my good friend Mike Cesario, on the podcast, you can go to episode 115, part 1. And then 2 years later, we dropped a part 2, which is episode 275 with the CEO, Mike Cesario. Just a man from Delaware with a dream, worked at a marketing company, and made this become a reality. Liquid Death is an incredible company, incredible water, incredible people. And I'm super, super honored to be part of them. They sponsor my life. They sponsor everything, my family. So go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on anything you want to buy on that site. If you want to get water, it's exclusively on Amazon.com. Murder your thirst, y'all. Those 3 bands, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it might have been too late for the tour.
It was too late. We already had
Bayway,
which is killing it.
Yeah.
Bro, they're in some markets, they might sell more tickets than us.
Yeah.
But the world needs to be ready because we're coming. Like we just did 28 sold out shows in Europe.
Yeah, I saw that, dude.
About 1,500 average a night. With Life Agony.
Yeah, I saw that over there. Yeah,
it was really cool.
In the festivals too, you know.
Well, the festivals was before, but you know, we did the full circuit of the world, kind of.
Yeah.
And we didn't even know we were going to make an album at first. You know?
I know. Let me intro you right now because I'm excited. Okay, welcome to the One Life One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. Back for part 2 is my brother from another mother, Mr. Evan Seinfeld.
Yo.
Evan Biohazard, but really Evan Seinfeld, because we were talking earlier about we have these names for our whole entire life. We're like, it's your name and your band, but your band doesn't define you as a human being your whole entire life.
Or your name and your job, or your name and your company.
That episode was 163. I'm on 350 right now, so Evan was on a while ago.
Damn.
And one of the main topics on that last episode we did was, will Biohazard ever come back? And we were talking about that in the podcast. And
for real?
Yeah, we talked about that, and there was nothing talked about at that point about a comeback. Evan's living in Tulum. He's living his incredible, peaceful, positive, spiritual, wonderful life. The most illest transformation I've ever seen besides Hoy Rock on a human being from the hardcore scene. Like, flipped his whole shit. Looks better than ever. Almost 60 years old. So yeah, welcome back, Evan.
Yeah, you know,
Getting all your flowers today.
The transformation continues. Thank you for that.
Yeah, bro, it's inspiring, dude.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you have to stop and listen, and sometimes you have to like take stock in where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you have nobody to talk to ChatGPT and say, this is the things that I've done in my life.
It's true.
This is the things I'm passionate about now.
Yeah.
How might I transform the way I use my valuable and finite time into living my best life?
Yeah.
You know, my goal every day is to live in alignment with my truth, with my purpose, with my passion, which is constantly changing and evolving anyway.
Yeah. As humans, we're changing all the time.
Right. But how many of us hunker down and be like, grab onto the first job and the first relationship they can get their hands on and be like, well, that's it. I'm done. I'm just going to get old and fat and time out.
It's true. I've been talking about people who kind of don't take the chances, right? Like they don't have a really good job, but they got people on this pod. Like I'm working at a law firm and I want to be a lawyer. All of a sudden I get an opportunity to open up for Gorilla Biscuits and with my band in Europe, and I just fucking do it. And here they are 30 years later in the same band because they took that chance. They didn't just stay put, stay comfortable and not take chances.
And there's also the guy who didn't take the chance and 30 years later regrets it every single day.
I
Take
know.
every chance, make every mistake, do everything.
Yeah, I have friends of ours in the music world who like just kind of played locally and never really went for it like we all went for it. And they say to me like, I wish I just, but they have stability, they have retirement, they have all these things, they have kids, they have houses, all whatever.
They all have beautiful lives.
Totally.
You can't knock one or the other, but I will
they're
say,
kind of envious that we took the chance and we kind of do what we want. We're like our own bosses.
I wouldn't say one is better than the other. I
True.
would just say that, I'm not the one who I don't ever feel envy really about other people's lives.
No.
And, it's really funny. My best friend group, like of guys from Canarsie that I went to elementary school with, guys I know since I was, this big.
Yeah.
They can't see that on the podcast. Really small.
Yeah, really
super small, knee high. Are all married to girls that they met in high school.
And that's beautiful.
And that's beautiful. They found their partners, and their lives took a really different path.
Yeah.
I talked to them the other day, like, what do you, what's going on with you? I'm like, I'm moving to Bali for the summer.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
You are actually.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I still have to go online and get my visa because there's a thing.
But there's some sort of like beautiful like freedom in that. The way you live your life too,
I literally, it's so funny you said the word freedom. I literally changed my IG bio last night. It says, freedom is the new wealth.
Nice. It's amazing. It's true.
Yeah.
But also you raised like an amazing son. Like you did the parenting thing. You've been through all different waves of your life, man. The crazy stuff you did to the normal stuff to the industry stuff. And now like just seeing you where you're at in your life, it's beautiful, man. It's crazy.
I'm happy today. And happiness is a decision.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy for, I don't spend a lot of time like in America or in LA.
I know.
Probably LA more than any other place.
Yeah.
Wherever I'm calling home.
Yeah.
And like I have deep roots in Tulum in Mexico. Mantorship was founded there. Thousands of men have, sat in my living room.
How long have you been there for now?
Almost 4 years.
Yeah.
Coming on 4 years. And it was the greatest change of my life for me as a human evolving, because to have to start over without knowing anything or anybody, it really helps you in defining yourself and what's really important to you and what you want and what you need.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that I was doing a bunch of stuff in LA that didn't make any sense why I even did these things.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's like almost stepping away from the Evan Biohazard we talked before the pod. Like the band was over, and then like, okay, what is my identity? My whole life, people know me Evan from Biohazard, but I'm actually Evan Seinfeld. I'm a real person.
Right, but when I first left the band, I felt like to not have that tag on my name was like a knock on me, like I was less.
Mm.
Want
to sit down? You can chill, man. Yeah, and so for me, like hearing these new songs. Like you coming from like a peaceful, like so comfortable in your skin chapter in your life, Evan and Tulum, to come back and go back into Evan Biohazard mode and sing these hard ass songs. You just played me a bunch that nobody's even heard yet. Obviously the new singles are out, Forsaken and Fuck the System, both bangers. Every single person I've heard that heard these songs were like, holy shit, this is like almost after like Urban Discipline Biohazard. But then you're coming back.
That's what they be saying.
But coming back and not saying you're not an angry person no more. You're probably pissed at the world. We're all pissed at the world right now. But coming back as like almost 60 years old.
I'm not pissed at the world. I'm disappointed. And you know what? I don't carry that as a feeling on a day-to-day basis. I focus on what I can do and not what I can't do. Not to walk around. This is a world I can't live in.
But you're singing about it, so you're getting it out through that therapeutically.
Yes, and I'm trying to use the message of Biohazard to bring people together. Everything I'm doing in my life, all my work, all my projects, all my passion is about community and bringing people together.
So being back in the studio after last record came out in 2012.
And that didn't really come out because I left the band before the record came out and I wasn't involved with the release.
Wow.
And I didn't tour on that record,
Reborn in Defiance. Really? Wow.
Yeah, there was like a short time lineup with other people in the band, and I wasn't even paying attention because I was not trying to pay attention.
Yeah, doing other things, yeah.
And so it's really, you could almost say it's been like 15 years since a fully unified Biohazard album came out.
Yeah, and what was the final? How did this go down? Because, like I said, the last episode, there was no talk of that. And I even asked you, like, we're not sure the future, and we're not even talking about that. How did this even happen? Like, how did this come back together?
Well, it was interesting because, I hadn't thought about playing in Biohazard in 10 years. I hadn't even thought about it. It was never an idea.
Mm-hmm.
And I was making music, some of which is going to be on my solo album that I'll get out at some point.
You had hip-hop stuff come out?
Yeah, I mean, I did a hip-hop track for fun just to see what's it like to make a trap video. It's a little bit corny. I don't really...
Okay.
I try to do everything full on.
You do.
So,
you always, yeah.
That was an exercise. And how hard is that?
Mm-hmm.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do it good enough.
So for you were content with Biohazard may never come back, and I'm cool.
I thought I was. You don't know what you're missing until you don't have it, right?
Yeah.
But I was really well adjusted in my life. I was happy with the things I was doing. I had a lot of great people in my life and beautiful travel. And one day I'm going through the airport and I hear yo-yo. And I know that yo-yo. I don't turn around.
I know it too. And I've been.
It was Danny Schuler's brother Richie.
Oh, okay, different.
Who was also a drummer.
Okay.
Who, I used to jam with Danny, and I used to also play with his brother Richie because his brother Richie was more into like new metal.
Okay.
And when I say new metal, this is like Motley Crue was new metal. This is like 1982.
Okay. Say 92. Yeah.
His brother had double bass drums,
Sick.
and Danny was John Bonham with one. And me and Danny had a band called Freak Show.
Nice.
We were like, Danny was like 12.
Wow.
Yeah, we were so pretty good. We lost the lead guitarist to suicide.
Oh, wow. He must have been super young too. Damn, dude.
No, not then. No,
okay,
no.
Okay.
Later on.
Okay.
I'm saying the world lost a talented guy. But the point is I hear Richie stops me in the airport, and I'm like, Richie Schuler, I hadn't seen him in 35 years,
Damn.
And he's like, we start talking, he's like, you should call my brother. And I was like, really? I'm like, why? He goes, my brother loves you, man. He always talks good about you. And like I had a whole story in my head that we all had beef, but like so much time went by, we had things to work out,
totally.
But we didn't have beef. It wasn't like
it's
that.
Brothers, yeah, brotherhood, yeah.
But you make your story in your head, and I'm a very determined person. When I create a story, real or not, it becomes real to me.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a defense plea for a serial killer, usually. as I see the giant knives on your wall over there. The next thing I know, I'm on the phone with Danny. I'm on the phone with Bobby.
Damn.
And then then I get on the phone with Billy, and we all just started talking, and it was like what I've learned in my life, is like if I could share one thing with the human race, I would say let's focus on our similarities, not our differences.
I agree.
And I think it takes sometimes age and maturity to be able to get there, to want to.
For sure.
Intentionally see the good in things, because especially guys from Brooklyn feel like, to have a chip on your shoulder, to have a little bit of a beef, a little bit of a vendetta about somebody with something, that's your edge.
Mm.
Nobody ever tells you that, but you think that.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least I thought that.
It could also be a crutch too.
You also learn that resentment only hurts you.
Yeah.
This is all in my book, which is coming out, and it's going up for pre-order in a few weeks.
But this is how we are when we get older and wiser and mature and see the world and have whatever.
Yeah. But I mean, fast forward the whole thing. We flew out here. We got together, and we just got in a room, and started playing.
Were you nervous? Was it?
We Drew Stone documented the whole thing.
I remember this.
Drew Stone documented us getting together, walking in the door, Bobby and everybody hugging each other.
Damn.
Emotional.
Yeah.
He just sent me a clip from the recording of the album, because we did the drum tracks in Long Branch, New Jersey at Shorefire Studios with Phil Blitzspear was there.
Damn.
In, like teching in the studio.
Blitzspear. I've heard that a long time.
I throw back for you.
That's cool.
He doesn't go by that anymore.
Yeah, nobody goes. Yeah,
But Drew was interviewing me outside about what was happening in the recording, and like I just started crying in the middle of talking. I just broke open. I felt so much emotion.
damn.
Because it like brings me back to being fucking 19 and running down the streets with these guys and getting in trouble and
Yeah,
doing crazy shit that you do when you're young, and remembering how the band took us out of that, you know, remembering how the band gave us a life,
yeah,
you know,
man.
a life beyond what we imagined, you know.
Yeah, it brought you guys all around the world, man.
Bro, our goal was to play at CBGB's and L'Amour's. That was the goal, you know, and to get our demo in Bleecker Bob's. Those
are goals back then for sure.
Those big goals, you know, and you got to take every step. And if I could speak to my younger self, I'd say make sure you're enjoying the process and know this is your journey, because the whole thing is a journey.
It is.
Because, you know, the determination to be somebody who makes it and gets there and achieves and gets the house on the hill with the whole MTV Cribs play set, you know, is that the goal? I thought it was for me.
Yeah. Did you get caught up in that kind of goal back then?
100%. I got caught up not so much in the Biohazard days. In my later on, when I was more into business and I was in, you know, owning companies and platforms and like riding the line between tech and adult.
Yes.
And I was living in Dr. Dre's old house on Mulholland Drive, and my neighbor was Quentin Tarantino.
Damn.
And I really thought that meant something. To the point that I, you know, it should, if it impresses other people, it must have some weight and some value, I thought. But it was like an empty thing. It was like, it was ego. It's, you know, our ego is essential to drive us, right? But our ego is not always our amigo, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
Mine gets the best of me and I become somebody that I don't like.
Yeah.
So this is why I meditate, and this is why I practice yoga. And
what brought you to that, like turning everything around like that? Because I know you had, you know, he had some stomach stuff too. He had surgeries with that. Was it after that your transformation, or just health, or really focusing on health?
You know, I've been in shape most of my life.
For sure.
But I got really fat 3 or 4 times in my life too. And one time it was because I was sick. And other times because I was eating terribly and not taking care of myself and not respecting my body. But like I said, as you get older, you realize sometimes, well, I'm in the second half of the game. This could be the best half, or this could be the worst half. And, you know, we're in the middle of 3 stories right now. The Biohazard, how the whole thing came back.
Yeah.
And we got in the studio.
Yeah.
And my transformation, dude, I was going through my 3rd divorce, and I was depressed. I was really suffering. My mental health was terrible. And my son, who's sitting here, Sammy, and my best friend Ross did like an intervention. They were like, because during the pandemic, I started going to Tulum. Just because I feel some energy there. I feel drawn there. And I would go for a weekend, then I would go for a week, and then I would go for 2 weeks. And he stops me. He says, you're so happy when you're there, and when you're here, you're like angry. Like you're like an angry old man. You're like one of those Clint Eastwood Gran Torino movies.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah. I don't know why I felt like, and I didn't even argue. I was like, okay, I'll go move. And my friend Ross was like, you're that guy. You're that crazy guy. Go move to the 3rd world and be an expat and find a whole new way of living and make new friends. And so funny that 3 years later to the day that I moved to Tulum, he moved to Tulum.
Really?
Now that I've already specced out, you know, I've got the place, you know.
Like the mayor down there.
It's a small town. It's a small town. And everybody knows everybody. I wouldn't say I'm the mayor, but I would say I'm pretty dialed in.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the mayor of anything.
Yeah. So he's there now.
Dominic might come after me, you know.
Really? Oh my God. Really? He's talking about it?
No, I'm joking.
Imagine.
I don't know what he talks about. I just know that Dominic's always spun out on some politics.
Yeah. I mean, I think when you came back to LA, probably there's a lot of memories in your past is here. Like all that kind of negativity was kind of,
you know, it's funny.
Cloudy over your head.
It's true. When I was here, not this trip, but the trip before, I was kind of going through a little bit of a hard time. I was going through a breakup. and it reminded me of like all the breakups I had in LA and divorces, and I drove past the courthouse, and I drove past the thing, and I drove past the jail where I visited my boy, and he's dead, and I drove past the graffiti thing of the other guy that was my homie that's dead, you know, and it was like, wow, life will serve up a lot of shit, man, and you're not special. Bad shit happens all around us, and
it's true.
You don't be a victim of your life.
Yeah.
You know, you could look at it and go, whoa, I was dealt such a bad hand. Poor me. And you could see what that manifests you in your life. Or you could look at all that shit and say, I fucking warriored through all of this shit with my fucking head up.
Yeah.
And I'm still going. And
Faced it all.
sit in the feeling of the bad memory.
Mm-hmm.
Sit in the feeling of it, you know?
Are you someone that was like growing up, like not really talk to people about your feelings, like about therapy, like going to therapy and stuff, to way later?
I didn't have therapy when I was
I'm saying
kid.
way later now, like you get it.
Yeah, I got
It wasn't
I got
macho.
into therapy. No, you didn't talk about your feelings.
No.
The idea of vulnerability means you're on the ground.
Soft.
No, the word vulnerable, what it triggered in my mind is 10 guys are kicking you while you're on the ground, and you can't. You're just trying to cover your face.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't raised like that. I grew up in Brooklyn where guys were made of fucking iron, and you emulated this version of a man that you thought a man was supposed to be. Because like my father worked 100 hours a week for 50 years, never complained to anybody, never took a day off, was never sick, was never tired, was never late.
Yeah. And was he present for you there?
He was present when he was home.
Yeah.
Absolutely, my dad.
Yeah.
My dad did a fucking great job.
It's awesome.
I'm just saying, you know, and my friends' fathers who were like, my father was a teacher. He had several teaching jobs and he ran a summer camp. And my other friends' fathers were like construction guys or even fucking wise guys or whatever. But these guys all went to work and provided and protected, and nobody ever had anxiety. Nobody had depression. Nobody cried.
Yeah.
That wasn't a thing.
Took a mental health day. No, back then. It wasn't even a thing. Yeah.
When I was a kid, if anybody cried, a coach or somebody would say, "What are you, a girl?
Dude.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
For sure,
Get the
back
fuck
then,
up.
dude. Yeah.
Stand up, stop crying,
Suck it up.
suck it up, take it on the chin, get back in the fucking line." You know, that's what we were taught.
And not show emotion, all that stuff.
No,
really.
so that's what we were taught.
Yeah.
So deprogramming that really what it means to be a man. You know, I tackle the subject in my book, Mantorship.
Yep.
I'm not saying I have the answers, but for sure we know what it's not. And sometimes it's important to know what you don't want more than what you. When you don't know what you want, at least know what you don't want. And, you know, they talk about, I hate that expression, toxic masculinity, because masculinity is not toxic. Men develop toxic traits and behaviors that are specifically of men. But that's not what masculinity is. You know what I mean? Masculinity is, what is a real man? What does that mean to you? A man is a man who does what he says he's going to do. A man is accountable to himself and to his tribe and the people he chooses to provide and protect for. This is the role of the man in society. But the man has to take care of himself first. Otherwise, when the airplane is crashing, they tell you to put the mask over your own mouth before you try to save anybody else so you don't faint. Yeah, the man needs to lead his family by example, you know?
I agree.
What if that guy doesn't take care of his body? What's he teaching his kids?
Yeah.
What if that guy drinks too much or does drugs, or what's he teaching his kids?
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter what you say. It matters what you do.
100%. Like, I feel like that's a number one goal and number one job as a parent, to be a role model for your children. 100%. Like, you two are hiking together. I'm skating with my son still. We're like in our 50s. Like, you want to stay young and be healthy and represent something positive for your kids to have. Because if they don't get a role model through you, they're going to find it through somebody else. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's something I pride myself on my whole life with my son, is to be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and a lot of guys don't have fathers.
I didn't have one either, though. Yeah.
I'm saying enter mentorship. We get a lot of young guys who just find us through Instagram and be like, hey man, I'm 18. I was raised by my mom and my 3 sisters.
Yeah.
And everyone's telling me that I got to be a man right now and man up. And the kid would usually start crying and say, I have no idea what that means.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying the words. I understand the words, but can somebody here please tell me how?
Yeah.
I had a kid show up in my house, and I had 40 guys sit with this kid for 2 hours. This kid was taking notes.
Damn.
He was crying, and it was beautiful. And he got the best advice I'd ever heard anybody get in my life in one place, because every man felt his pain. Everybody was like, wow, that's a lot to be thrown on you, that you don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah, I grew up with no dad. My dad died when I was 3, and my mom raised 3 boys on her own. I have so much respect for my mom, but also becoming a dad later on, and then not having a father figure to ask for advice about. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember that time he took me fishing or to my first baseball game? I don't have that, so I had to learn myself. You know what I mean? Learn how to. I'm a very emotional person too.
I know.
My son hates when I cry. He's like, why are you crying for that movie? And my wife's more tough, so it's like a good balance.
I'm always crying too.
Yeah, but. Have you been an emotional person your whole life, or just later on in life? Like
I think I was always an emotional person, but I didn't know how to express it. I only knew how to express it with anger.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I didn't, it was okay to be violent where I grew up, but it wasn't okay to cry.
Okay, yeah.
If you hit somebody with a baseball bat, that was okay, but if you cried, you were out of the car.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's That's kind of an extreme example to make a point, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, and it's beautiful too, the way I see you with your son, because, well, we have such similar paths, you and I, right? With our relationships with our kids, our music, our, beliefs. Anyway.
Yeah, beliefs.
Like, when guys grow up without a dad, and they really take fatherhood really seriously, it is the most fucking beautiful thing, because it's usually by creation and by invention and it's all heart-led.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
Man. Absolutely.
And listen, in Mantorship, we have an app. It's in the App Store. We have a fatherhood group on Tuesdays. It's run by a guy named Jason who lives in New Jersey.
Nice.
And it's guys who get together and talk about, one guy's divorced and he's got 2 daughters and they go back and forth and he's got to deal with this and that. And I can share with him, I was divorced from my kid's mom too. And this is what I did that didn't work. And this is what I did that worked.
That's awesome.
And, we kind of become a board of directors for each other's lives. And this is something I feel is missing in society, is we all feel like we're alone on an island and we got to figure everything out on our own. Because, the antiquated idea of masculinity is that if you ask for help, you're weak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the truth is, asking for help is the first sign of wanting to live.
Yeah.
It's
a great point. I feel like now it's more open and okay to talk about therapy and go to therapy. I have so many people on the podcast talking about being in therapy, from the toughest dudes. You know what I mean? Like it's okay to go talk to somebody.
Of course.
I mean, when Tony Soprano was doing it, I think that was a game changer.
But listen, and no knock on therapy. Therapy helped me through a lot of my life.
Yeah.
And a lot of people. But if you're getting therapy from a therapist in the United States, and especially if you're going through insurance, they're not allowed to give you advice. They're not allowed to tell you what they really think.
Really?
Most of the time. Read about it. Ask ChatGPT about it.
Yeah.
If you don't believe me, ask ChatGPT.
I just saw something today that some things you ask ChatGPT is not 100%. So I started checking on Google to match it. But I do check. I know I fuck with it. But anyway. I know what you're saying, though.
What I'm saying is that, listen, if you're having trouble in your marriage and your therapist, you tell your therapist, and it's anything short of like physical violence, where they'll report you to the police, right? And they legally have a responsibility to do so, right? They're not allowed to tell you, Toby, you've been talking about this same shit for 10 years. Just get a divorce. You'll be happier. Start over. Mm-hmm. Because they can get sued. They can't ever tell you anything. And it's funny because what started happening in mentorship was guys would become each other's mentors, right? What's a mentor? It's like a therapist meets a coach, meets your Uncle Tony. who has a lot of life experience.
Yeah.
And can give you a different perspective on it. And in our Circle of Brotherhood meetings, a guy will share, I don't know what to do. I'm having trouble with my relationship. And this is what happened. And this is what happened. And he'll get 5 different ideas. One guy about how to fix it. One guy about how to break it. One guy about how the problem has nothing to do with the relationship. It's you. But guys get a wealth of wisdom. It's like a board of directors, you know. And I need that sometimes. I need other people's perspective on what I might be too close to have a clear look at.
And it's honest opinion too. It's like,
yeah,
is it just all regular dudes, or is it people who actually are a therapist or a psychiatrist or?
So many guys in mentorship are psychologists, therapists, because they need a place to talk. A lot of men's coaches, a lot of like life coach kind of guys.
Yeah.
You know, we have guys in our group who are like shamanic, who serve ayahuasca and bufo and all the plant medicines. And, you know, we put on retreats down in Tulum. Guys fly in. We call it Man-I Fest.
Man-I Fest. Oh, I like
Man-I Fest. And guys fly in. And it's like a 4 or 5 day thing. And it's all day long. It's running up and down the beach, doing ice baths, going in the Temescal, which is a Mayan sweat lodge. You know, group sessions about deep trauma, shadow work, really facing your inner fears, telling you darkest secrets. You know, we go through resentment letting go ceremonies, and we do a whole bunch of shit. But guys transform really fast. It's like a jump start for your life. And I'll just put this out there: if you're a man and you're in a place in your life that you need transformation, that you need a change, there's a band of brothers to walk through it with you, and there's live meetings on our app every day.
Yeah, it's cool.
Because still, I mean, I can't talk about it enough, and I don't want to take the podcast to talk about it, but 80% of all suicides are men. And the new stat that hit in 25 is the number 1 cause of death of all men under 50 globally is suicide.
Wow.
That's fucking
crazy.
That's
man.
crazy.
I never knew that.
That's new. Ask ChatGPT. Ask Google. It's crazy.
It's crazy
that people see that as an option. And, you know, what's the answer? Gratitude for what you have and not for what you don't. Not focus on what you don't have, right?
It's crazy. There's no groups like that in America with all like the health and mental awareness and everything like that.
Well, our group is in America. Our group is everywhere.
Everywhere,
we have meetings starting up in person in Brooklyn and LA.
Oh, that's cool.
And the in-person meetings is the best. But for a guy who's anywhere, you can do it from your phone in the app and get something off your chest that maybe you have embarrassed. When you carry shame, when you carry guilt, when you carry secrets, that becomes sickness in your body. That becomes your mental health.
It eats away at you, man. Yeah.
You know, when you share your darkest thing and some other guy goes, yeah, man, I relate to that. Me too.
It's almost like the AA meetings where people are telling their story.
Just like, bro, this came out of AA. I was in AA. I'm still in AA. 38 years.
38 years sober? It's amazing, man. Holy
long time.
Yeah, so it's got the same kind of thing, the brotherhood. They can all talk and be honest with each other and tell their story and not be judged and not
we say it's
shamed.
We say it's a safe space to share things you couldn't share anywhere else without fear of being judged. And on top, you'll receive constructive support, feedback, and when you ask for it, advice.
Yeah.
You know, and like when a guy's talking about some real heavy thing and somebody's willing to give advice in front of 35 other guys, you know he feels pretty strongly about that.
100%.
And this guy might hear something he needs to hear. The whole thing is a mindset game, you know?
Mm-hmm. And the trust, too, with everybody there, too, like keeping everything inside the...
I mean, we've been going for over 3 years. We've never had a trust issue.
Yeah.
We've never had an incident, you know?
It's beautiful, man. I think it's awesome.
So my book will be out this summer and probably September. And there's a QR code in the book with a free month to the app.
Nice.
So you buy the book. Now you know what we're talking about. You know the issues we're discussing.
Yeah.
And these are men's issues. It speaks to men.
Yeah.
I think women will read it just to be interested.
Absolutely.
You know?
What's the book called?
Mantorship.
Nice.
It's a a man's guide to finding your truth, purpose, passion, building your confidence, and living your best life.
I love it. How long did it take you to write that?
The main body of it took me 2 years.
Okay.
I never spent that much time on anything. And then I spent another year having different people like do edits, like the grammar. And then I hated the first one. And then somebody else wasted a bunch of months saying it was almost done and they never started.
Damn.
And, and then Biohazard started touring.
Yeah.
After that meeting in LA, we played 180 shows around the world. My son Sam was at every show.
I know. I saw the footage. That was amazing, dude.
It's crazy. We showed up and, everywhere we showed up, they still do the thing,
And I see you on tour, like you're working out, you're finding your gyms, you're keeping the same thing you're doing in Tulum, like all around the world. Like
yes.
You're keeping
this is
important.
This is the thing for me, bro. This is why I'm okay to do this. Mm-hmm. You learn what you need and what you don't need. And I kind of it's fun. I create a life every day for myself. Find the gym. There's my temple.
Yep.
Right. If there's a hot yoga studio, I'm there. And I'm looking for my, my vegan food, my vegetarian food, whatever I'm looking for. We got the catering rider now. People are really good with this shit now.
Oh yeah, the riders are sick in Europe.
People are making you, exactly what you want, so I can feed myself well. And man, I got a lot of love. My son's on the tour. We're Biohazard. We're all best of fucking friends on the road. It's great,
Yeah.
Like me and Bobby hanging like the old days, like really.
It's awesome, man. I mean, the songs that came out, you played me sound amazing. And just, I also feel like Bobby and Danny never get mentioned. It's underrated guitar and drummers, man. But as of recently, Danny's name's been coming up in this podcast with people's top 5 New York hardcore drummers, which is amazing.
Listen, he's the gorilla.
So sick.
He's the most consistent. He hits so fucking hard and he's so precise. And like, if I had to say, Danny wrote more shit on the new album than all of us.
That's amazing.
Danny's an incredible riff master,
wow,
songwriter, lyric writer.
It's like Armand from Sick of It All, same thing.
Yeah, him and Armand. It was really funny. The very first Biohazard show that we did as a band after that meeting was Jamie's Milwaukee Metal Fest.
Oh, I saw that. That's right. Yeah.
And so we're at some most random Airbnb in the most random fucking residential neighborhood in Milwaukee, like a house with the vinyl siding, like Americana. And Bobby's standing outside smoking a cigarette. And he comes walking back in the house with Armand.
What the hell? So random.
Armand was like, I didn't know you guys were here.
What
Armand.
was he doing out there? Some family shit or something?
Some family shit.
Wow.
His wife's daughter's sister, somebody was
Somebody's
getting graduated from college. Some cool dad thing that he was doing, I think.
Wow, dude.
But it was like like the universe. Like he was a residential street. There was nothing to walk to on either end of this place,
Yeah.
And Bobby the Handball standing outside.
Fucking crazy, man. And one thing that comes up too about Biohazard, we didn't talk last time, is just how you guys always looked out for so many bands like Bulldoze, Marauder, 25, like everybody. You always put so many bands on and took them on tour. Took them to Europe, Dog Eat Dog. There was just so many bands. You guys always looking out. It was always awesome, man.
Yeah, we always were grateful for the people who looked out for us.
Absolutely.
So you have to do that. Like, you have to also try to curate your show to give your fans like the best experience, like put on the newest, hottest band right before you,
Yeah.
Do that shit. Don't, you be you.
You guys did a lot though, man.
It was important for us. Like, I remember
giving back.
I remember we had that Roseland show. We had 2 nights at Roseland.
I remember the Roseland shows. Yeah.
And Sammy, you would have loved this. This was like, we played, Roseland's big. It's like 3,500 people.
Yeah, maybe 4,000.
4,000. Yeah, I think that fire cap, maybe 4,000.
Legendary venue, man.
And like, we wanted to play $5 ticket. Hard, like we were fucking Fugazi, We $5 ticket.
Brooklyn.
And then we put every fucking band that we were friends with ever.
It's true.
Crown of Thorns.
Oh, that's right.
We put every fucking band on the show. It was like, It was
It's like a Super Bowl of hardcore, man.
Yeah, it was the World Series of hardcore. The Super Bowl of hardcore was its own thing. I remember weren't you and I were like bouncers at a Super Bowl of hardcore together. Was it you and me or me?
I know we have a moment in the live, and then I never said this in the last one. It just came out on vinyl. Agnostic Front, Sick of It All, Gorilla Biscuits, live in NYC in 1991. I just met you that day because and the moment we had was where Stigma said, bring out the American flag. I carry out the American flag, and you're at the other end of the American flag holding it.
I remember that.
And so we're holding it on stage in that video. It's like a legendary moment for Agnostic Front.
Wow.
It's crazy. You had long hair.
That was when Roger just got out of prison.
Yes, yeah. Sick show.
Yo, that was, wow, what a time. You know, I'm fanboy with what I'm fanboy. Like, you know, you and me are music lovers.
Sure.
Like, I love to brag to people that I sang on like I sang on some AF, like Fascist Attitude live at CBGB's, that exact era.
Yeah.
And I sang background vocals on One Voice. That was the
banger.
Yo, this was the crew. Me, Bobby, Danny, Armand, Ralph from Wrecking Crew.
It's random.
Yeah, and like Wild Card.
Yeah.
It was like there were people excluded.
Mm-hmm.
Like Roger picked the exact voices that he wanted for this record. It was like, I mean, go back and listen to that record. The background vocals are fucking hard.
It's a great record too, man. It's a game changer record.
Really was. That was like AF's like stepping into like
crossover kind
the
of
embrace of the crossover into metal. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like Cause for Alarm, because Cause for Alarm was Pete. Mm-hmm. You know, that was like Pete and Louie with Roger, which is my dream. I mean, it's my, you know, that's all my favorite people in one room. But
damn.
But that was when, you know, they got Matt Henderson, Wild Card, and you know, that was a game changing record. Yeah. You know, I felt like that was right around the time of Urban Discipline. You know, it was like,
I want to say that some of us were in your videos before we even had bands. Some of us were in your videos before we even had our own bands.
Yeah.
We had like demos or whatever out. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, you got to think there wasn't a lot of bands older than us.
So what year is Shades of Grey video?
91.
Yeah. My band didn't start till 94. We're like, a bunch of us weren't even started by then, but we're in the video as kids. It's crazy.
When we started Biohazard, it was 87. It wasn't a lot of hardcore bands. It was really like what I knew. My knowledge of it was limited because I grew up as a metal kid.
Yeah. We had Sick of It All, of course. At that moment,
you know, we knew the New York hardcore compilation. Yeah, you know, Sick of It All. You did Today, Bold, Gorilla Biscuits, Judge, and we knew. I was a roadie for Carnivore, so I knew the bands they played with: New York Hoods, Absolution, whoever they were playing with in those days, and they shared a rehearsal space with AF, and I was Pete's roadie, just dragging his amps in, and
crazy.
I had never seen AF. I didn't know who they were. I had the Chromags demo, and that was like my gateway drug. You know, the 84 demo. That was I still listen to that. It's still I almost like the sound of how the bass is on that than the album.
Age of Quarrel, yeah.
I mean, Age of Quarrel's, you know. It's Age of Quarrel. It's the bar for a lot of things.
But Morse had its own scene compared to CBG because it seemed like it was like a different planet.
Yeah, it was a different planet because it was metal and hardcore. We were the band that was like, we drew metal kids too. Yeah. And me and Danny had fucking long hair.
I love it.
And Bobby had long hair when we started the band, longer than all of us.
Damn.
And, you know, and we were the guys who were like, okay, whatever. He's got a shaved head with boots and braces. This guy's like this. And we came together with a sound that was eclectic of that, you know.
Yeah. Because it was scary back then for people with long hair to go to CBs. I heard stories back then, like, you know what I mean?
I was there.
Anthrax talking about going to CBs and being totally shook there and all that stuff, you know?
Bro, I was there. Yeah. I've seen all that shit. I've seen the most ruthless.
But you were scared of long hair going to like a skinhead
I was
show?
never scared to go because I was always with my guys. I walked in with fucking Billy and Bobby and Danny, you know. Yeah. Mio. And we were in those days, you know, it was like the Sunset Skins.
Yes.
Were like our people. And all those crews eventually realized the music was more important than the music was the thing that brought us together.
Absolutely.
And,
man.
At our shows, it was always like a forum for violence between, you heard the alleyway crews coming down and the DMS guys are here. And, and it was always like, it was kind of like the Warriors fighting for turf. And the Biohazard show, we never wondered.
You were friends with everyone.
We were friends with everybody, but we never wondered is there going to be a fight. We would be taking bets how many songs before we have to stop.
That happened a lot, dude.
And it was ridiculous at one point.
It got crazy.
At one point, it was like, we were just like, guys, like I'd be on the mic, like, we don't want this. Like, we want to play the songs. We want you guys to go crazy, kill each other in the pit. But please don't hit anybody with a weapon in the pit. And please don't bully.
It was really like that, man.
Man, some of the shit that
people that we knew,
some of the shit that you and me seen on tour in fucking Phoenix, Arizona, in Allentown, Pennsylvania, dude get his fucking head cracked in half with a hammer,
bro. All the Nazis out too.
Crazy Nazi white power people like throwing up Nazi salutes at me, a Jewish guy, on the stage.
They were saying "fuck Jew York." All kinds of shit, dude. It was crazy. I swear to God, it was crazy.
A bunch of nights ended in fucking really crazy.
All around the country, man. That Biohazard, sick of it all, sheer terror, maybe that, dude. With Isaac, we were on tour minus the whole group. We can't even tell those stories. Actually, be in the book, but we really can't put it in there because it was just wild, man.
Wild.
That was the wrong tour to come to and be white power and be an asshole and start. That was the wrong.
I was grateful to be out with my people, with you guys, with having you there was great.
Crazy tour, bro.
Everything, man. You see people with closed minds, and that was always our mission, just to open up people's minds, and that's my personal mission today. Open people's hearts today. Get out of your mind. Get out of your mind. Get into your heart.
I love that, man. I love the mission that you're on. I love what you're doing. I love seeing you back with Biohazard. I love hearing you guys playing together. The songs are incredible. It just sounds like a record, like I said, after Urban Discipline, like. It's crazy to come back after that many years. You said like 15 years, and to make a record like this, it's like you were like out of time.
Transported.
Yeah, transported, dude.
Yeah, I tell everybody it's like 93 in a bottle.
And then you coming from Tulum, like this fucking like you're just so like this peaceful, chill human.
Oh, I turn up though, bro.
I know you do. And that's just like another side. That's part of you still. You know what I'm saying? It's in you.
Now it's like a switch.
Yeah, you could switch it on and off.
I gotta come back.
You ain't doing yoga back in the day at a Biohazard show before you go on stage or stretching?
Hell no, man. Just get out and go.
It was wild,
we always did push-ups.
Yeah, that's normal.
I always did push-ups. It made me like get my blood flowing. But now I got a whole ritual and a routine.
And then going back on stage with them after all those years and being in a different mindset, right? Is it different on stage for the energy or the feeling?
Yes. I'm more tapped into the connection with the other guys now. And it's just an overwhelming gratitude for the whole process.
Yeah.
Even when I'm there and my back hurts, I'm like, who the fuck's going to complain that your back hurts when you're standing in front of 20,000 people jumping up and down? Keep jumping. Yeah. It'll heal later.
I want to say I almost see you smile on stage now a little bit.
All the time.
Because you never smiled back then.
No,
you weren't allowed
bro.
to smile back then. It was hard. It was hardcore.
I'm happy.
I see you smile on stage, bro. I did see that.
Listen, I can't when I'm singing a song, right? When I'm in the lyrics of the song,
totally.
I'm in the character of the voice of the song. It's a part of me. It's a part of the other guys too, and it's Biohazard. But my overwhelming sentiment, just to be invited to be there, is joy and gratitude, and I see the look on the people's faces out there, and like guys are showing me their Biohazard tattoo,
DFL tats,
and all of it, man. It's just so much. We were in Europe with Life of Agony. We had 28 shows, 29 shows. Average night was like 1,500. Some nights Berlin like 3,500 people.
It's amazing.
And we were headlining. We were like, we haven't put out a new album in fucking 14 years. What the fuck? Who are these people?
Yeah.
And so the tour cycle ends up and we start talking about music, and everybody's been writing and everybody's been thinking about it. But did we want to go back into that process? Because, man, we used to argue in the studio, and it was like a whole thing. We've all got our shit, you know. I'm not easy to work with. Nobody in this band's easy to work with. Everybody in this band's really prolific and could make 100 of their own albums and have 100 of their own ideas that they feel really strongly about. And putting everybody's best ideas together is the soup of any band.
Absolutely.
You know, it's if it's all my idea, it sounds like one thing. You know, the best thing on the album, if I had to think about it, is a song that Bobby wrote Danny wrote the song, but Bobby wrote the riff of the part, and then Billy sang it one way, and then Danny was like, yo, why don't you sing it another way? And then all of a sudden we have that thing I played for you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, I play really well off other people's ideas and direction, and I'm really good at making it my own. And like, that's when the Biohazard things comes to life for all of us.
Yeah.
Get us out of our comfort zone. You know, when I'm singing something that somebody else wrote, that's when my best performance comes out. Because, oh, your dog just farted on
Sorry,
me.
I mean, that's legendary.
Yeah,
I'm gonna add you to a list with Josh Brolin and 5 other people that you were lucky enough to smell my dog's fart. I'm sorry. That means she loves you.
I know that. She's curled up with me, bro. She ain't with you.
But
she knows I miss my dog.
You and Billy together, it's your combination. It's perfect. It's like Tim and Lars from Rancid. It's magic together.
You know
it's
a great fucking analogy, and I know one never made that to me before.
True.
And I sang on a Rancid album too, bro.
You did?
Yeah, Out Come the Wolves.
What?
Leicester Square.
Are you fucking serious?
Look in the
That's
credits.
A crazy gem.
Look in the credits.
It's my favorite outcome.
I don't think I ever told. I don't know if I ever talked about that with anybody. It was just.
I'm gonna see Tim tomorrow. Actually, that's crazy.
Give him a
dude.
big hug for me.
I will. You sang on that record. Wow, was that in New York somewhere?
Got some hard times. 2 punks up on the subway. It's a long way to go to get to Leicester Square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did that in New York, obviously.
In Brooklyn, in some like
Coyote Studios or something.
Yeah,
in
something
Dumbo?
like that. Something like, but this is a million years ago.
That's cool.
My boy Oliver from Lads.
Okay.
Rest in peace, Oliver. He was my AA sponsor. He was a guy who helped me with a lot of things in my life, and I owe a lot to. And I try to pay the things I learned from him forward to other guys that I try to help. But he was really tight. He was working with Rancid.
Okay. That makes sense.
He was working with Tim, and I picked him up in my lowrider car that I bought that used to be Matt Freeman's.
What?
And that I had in Astoria, Queens. When I picked him up, we went to the studio, and they were like, "You want to sing on this?" I was like, "I'm a huge fucking Rancid fan. Fuck yeah, I want to sing."
That's a huge record too, man.
Great album. Yeah.
Fuck, that's awesome.
It's good to have some unknown credits you can whip out.
Dude, you just dropped some fucking.
What else you got? What else you got for me? Come on.
I got your Judgment Night coming in 2025 with Onyx and Bayway and Swollen Teeth. Kicks off in Pittsburgh October 3rd. That's a crazy tour. Like Onyx and you guys together in 2025, it's going to be epic, man. For people who missed it back then, it could be part of that wave and see that.
You know, when we first talked about it, I loved the idea. Then we thought about it, and I got a little away from the idea for a minute. And then we were playing in, was that Dublin, Ireland, Sam?
I saw you guys cross paths. I saw that.
Our tour manager in Europe, this guy Nestor, works with all the rappers. And he wasn't sure if it was happening or not, but they just showed up during the encore and came up on stage, and we did Slam.
Bro, I saw that shit.
And it was great. And we talked to them after, and then Sticky's been calling me in the middle of it. He calls me on FaceTime at fucking 5 o'clock in the morning. You gotta hear this beat. And he starts playing me shit, and he just starts spitting on, and
still killing it, dude.
Yo, Onyx has some fucking next shit coming out, and I sent Sticky one of my tracks from my solo record. I said, take a verse.
It's awesome.
And it's not hip hop, but it's it's me.
Yeah,
it's got some hip hop in it.
Totally. That's cool. So the tour makes sense, dude, for people that weren't around back then, for Bionics and all that stuff, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you were there.
Which was like a moment and the most amazing kind of thing where obviously we had Anthrax and Public Enemy before that, with Run DMC, Aerosmith, but for you, and then we had KRS-One just on the intro of Sick of It All, but actual videos and touring and playing, you guys set that off in New York.
Yeah,
man.
and you know, I'm a huge Anthrax fan. I love, like, Spreading the Disease is one of my top 50 albums of all time. I still listen to that in the gym sometimes.
Awesome.
I'll whip that out. And that was a moment for me, you know, understanding thrash.
Yeah.
You know, taking it in, seeing guys from New York do it.
Yeah.
Not thinking it had to be a California thing.
Mm-hmm.
And but they did a cover. Bring the Noise.
That's true.
It's a famous Public Enemy song.
Sure was a cover, you're right.
And they made it theirs with, you know, I mean, it's the all-time collab. Take nothing away from it. And Run DMC and Aerosmith did Aerosmith song.
True. It's a good point, dude.
And when we did Slam, that was their song, but it was like a rewrite, right?
Remix, yeah.
But it still wasn't. But Judgment Night, that was an original song.
Bro.
That was like in the studio, Jam Master Jay and all the Biohazard. There's 50 people packed into the Chung King House of Metal where the Beastie Boys were recording in the other room.
Crazy,
with
dude.
Steve Ett. Fucking, you know, really like, we sat and listened to the drum beat for fucking hours before anybody did anything. Just, you know, like in a hip hop studio in the early 90s, you know, all kind of heads in their head knocking, people are smoking blunts.
Oh yeah.
Onyx is in there, there's guns everywhere, you know.
Dude, that's such an epic soundtrack too. Judgment Night is the sickest crossover like
ever
collabs ever, man.
Ever. Hence the name of the tour.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I mean that for hip hop and for hardcore and that kind of unity and community, the Onyx Biohazard thing really set it off with that stuff.
And you see a lot of hip hop artists. You go see Rolling Loud, they got a mosh pit. They're going crazy.
People diving in the crowd, Method Man jumping in the crowd, all that stuff. And yeah, I remember like Redman pulling up to like the video shoot and like everybody's really moshing on the stage during the video. And he kind of said, yo, fuck this shit. He walked off the stage at a 40 ounce. I'll never forget that moment. He's like, this is kind of crazy for me. The slam shit.
I remember, you know, Biohazard and Wu-Tang played a bunch of festivals together over in the 90s and all over. And, you know, we knew those guys, just, you know, local guys.
Yeah.
And I remember one day when I was shooting Oz, I walked into my dressing room and Method Man was in my dressing room, sound asleep on the...
What?
Yeah.
Because he was in the scene? He was going to be acting?
No, he was, you know, he got cast on the show.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
And anybody who was involved with music, they would put them with me.
Ah.
Like the HBO people. Like
musicians going there, yeah.
Not like they would be, these are HBO people. They're like, who should we put him with? You know, I used to, every time we went to the fights, they would sit me next to Steve Van Zandt, Little Steven.
Wow.
Coolest guy. And this because he was Sopranos and we were Oz, and they would, and he used to go in character as Emilio and turn to me, what do they think? We're fucking fanooks over here. What we like, because we both got guitars, we're like lovers.
That's a great impression.
I go, really, Steven, I think it's alphabetical. I think we're sitting alphabetically, you know. But he was a funny guy.
Method Man was cool? Yeah.
Yeah, he's the coolest, man. You know, I want to get in touch with him because, and I got to take a piss. But
me too. Let's do a piss.
Okay.
Because we still have to get into your mindful warriors, all that shit. Let's go piss and we'll come back. This is great, dude. We're back from the pee break now. What's up? We're going to say, Evan?
I was saying, you know, I work so hard to take care of my body.
Yeah.
Really, my mental health is tied to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everyone's like, how do you get in such good shape? I'm like, all right, I'm completely insane when I'm not working out furiously every day and doing yoga. I have a lot of energy. You know, I was trained for 25 years to play on stage every night and give 100% of what I got for years.
True.
And then I wasn't doing it.
Yeah.
And there's something, I didn't have something to replace it with.
That cardio, everything on stage is, yeah. Because you go off.
So just going to the gym isn't enough. I got to go to the gym and I got to go running on the beach and I got to do a yoga class or a HIIT class or some other
every
shit.
single day. Stay moving.
Yeah, man. Just keep going. That's my...
And how do you shut off at night to go to sleep? Is it hard for you to go to sleep and shut your brain off?
as long as sometimes I abuse caffeine. Like
I can see that.
Abuse. I get cracked.
What does that mean?
out.
Like coffee after 3 p.m., which is like the no.
No, like I'll take like a all day pre-workout type, like a Lipo 6 or one of those like sustained release. So I'm like, yeah, let's fucking go all fucking day. You know, that's how I do my life, you know, sometimes. And sometimes the energy just comes from, you know, being happy in life. And sometimes I need chemical to get me going. So I, like when I'm in Tulum, I push so hard during the day that,
Sleep good at night.
oh, I fall right asleep. And I was having trouble for a long time. That was the main reason I moved to Tulum, is that I couldn't sleep anymore. My sleep was really interrupted. She used to come over and I was waking up with panic attacks.
Wow.
Like every time I fell asleep, something was going on with me. And it was, I wasn't getting the message. The universe was telling me, change your life.
Yeah.
Change your life. Yeah. The sign was right in front of me and I wasn't reading it.
So you sleep way better in Tulum. It's more peaceful. It's more calm. It's not this big city.
You know, I sleep way better now. It doesn't matter Tulum.
Like on tour too?
On tour, I sleep really well.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who wakes up at the crack of dawn. I'm the first one up. On the bus, I'm up hours before anybody. I wake up at 6. I have a clock.
All over the world, no matter what.
Even if I go to bed at 2.
Damn.
Maybe at 7, you know.
Are you training first thing in the morning?
On tour, it's hard sometimes because I want to. Like I need like an hour to get it together in the morning, like an hour to get my head together, a little meditation, a little breathing, drink some matcha, drink a green tea.
No coffee for you?
Coffee's too ass. I love coffee. Once in a while.
Okay.
My routine in Tulum is this. I wake up, I have a matcha latte, and I go to the mirror and I do my affirmations. And I do a little breath work. I do a meditation. Usually there's other people at my house, so like we might be a few people or it might be myself. And then we do yoga at my house. I have an instructor.
Awesome.
Shout out Belu from Argentina. She comes to my house every morning at 6:30 and does yoga with me. And if anybody else is at my house, I always have guests. And I do yoga first thing in the morning, empty stomach. Then I eat some like kind of very healthy carb breakfast, and I go to the gym and I train. And when I come back, I take a shower. I always, on my knees, do a gratitude practice in the shower and just go through the things I'm grateful for, and completely alters my mindset into abundance mindset as best as I can control it. And by this time it's noon, and I start doing whatever responsibilities I have, usually, you know, work things, mentorship stuff, mindful warrior, which we'll get to, biohazard stuff, working on music. And I try to get to the beach, you know, by the end of the day to unwind. And I try to enjoy my evenings. You know, I go out places in Tulum.
I see you out there DJing and dancing. You're like on the town.
Everything, bro. Everything. Just whatever feels good. I love dancing.
Yeah.
I fucking love dancing to techno and house
That's
music.
So crazy.
And I'm friends. I'm a house head. Like that's me.
You were never like that though when we were in New
No,
York.
I was.
Okay.
Nobody. This was my secret, like guilty
life.
thing.
His secret life.
Listen, remember Big Richie?
Yeah.
Okay, Big Richie Frayne, who lives up in Anacortes, Washington, was the first manager of Biohazard. He was 6'11", and we decided we didn't have a manager, and he was the biggest guy we'd ever seen. And we were like, who's gonna fuck with this guy? Nobody.
Yeah.
We just wanted to have like a mob boss type of guy. And Richie worked for nightclubs. He worked for Peter Gatien, and he worked for and he worked for John Seidel. He would get me into all these clubs. And I was young. I was, 17. I was 18. I used to like to...
That was before Bio, okay.
No, even in the early Bio days.
Okay.
One night out of the month, I was in the tunnel. It was in Mars, just
so sick.
Fucking high as fuck, just dancing. And now the dancing is a drug for me because it kind of connects me to the endorphins of moving your body, right? And they have these amazing festivals where I live in the jungle. They have Zamna. It's like 40,000 people in a secret jungle raving, and there's like AI 4-dimensional fucking hologram graphics, and people are all on mushrooms going, wow. You know,
like Burning Man vibes?
Totally that kind of thing. You know, it's not like Burning Man, but it's a lot of the same people. Like one of the big festivals in Tulum is called Mayan Warrior, and that was originally a Burning Man camp.
Okay.
And now it's this mega festival with like, you know, top, you know, DJs, and it's cool to see the evolution. It's a little bit, I understand the scene because I used to manage my ex-wife who was a DJ.
Oh, yeah.
Who is a DJ, who I just saw was playing in Ibiza. Good for her.
Oh, nice.
Anyways.
Damn.
You know, the journey of life. But yeah, man, I love to dance and I love to fucking DJ. And I'm even thinking about starting like an underground techno after party for any Biohazard fans that like techno.
You could be doing that on the tour coming up. That'd be sick. A DJ set from Evan Bio after.
Yeah, but it has to be. I wouldn't try to do it like to the Biohazard fans. It would have to be like, you have to all go to this place, because if you don't like this music, you shouldn't go listen to it.
Just because you're a DJ, you shouldn't pull up. You should really like it.
No, come if you like the music. Come and dance. Don't come and stand around. Don't come with your phone.
I think it's amazing. People that were Bio fans would come see you do that. Like, holy shit, this guy's like...
I've been producing a little bit of techno, and I'm kind of waiting to... I'm still working on it, you know.
Yeah.
I'm working on a solo album, too, a bunch of stuff. I got to pick one and go finish it. And speaking of which, the big thing I'm excited about, and like, it was so good fortune for me to be coming on your podcast now.
Yeah.
Because I officially launched my app, Mindful Warrior.
Yes.
And Mindful Warrior is a complete fitness and wellness and mindset app that I partnered with a company called Macroactive out of New Zealand, and they work with like 50,000 of like the top fitness influencers, and their program, I was able to they have, you know, $20 million of research into what exercises you should do and what order and what you should eat and what you shouldn't eat if you want to achieve these goals. So I'll give you a free membership to it, and it'll help you structure your, you know, even if you didn't do the weightlifting, help you follow the diet, but you should do the whole thing. I mean,
is it plant-based? What kind of diet is it?
Whatever your diet is. So like me, I'm plant-based, you're plant-based. You would have a very similar diet than I have. If you said, okay, I'm vegan, it has not only a diet, it has recipes, it has a shopping list. It gives it all for you, so you don't have to think. I think where we get in trouble in the fitness trail and getting in shape and getting our shit together is we think we know something, and we spend so much time trying to figure out things, not doing it. Like how I fell in love with yoga was not trying to teach yoga. It was to be a student, to go to the class, keep my mouth shut, and follow. Yeah. And learn how to do what they're showing me how to do, and how to do it like what Mike Tyson says about discipline. He says discipline is doing something you hate, but doing it like you love to do it. And I'll add on that, until you really do love to do it. You know? Yeah,
I have a love-hate for running. Like, I love how I feel after, but I fucking hate doing it. But when I do it, I feel great.
Okay, you know? So I'm going to give you something for that, right?
Yeah.
So here's the Mindful Warrior. Here's the thing I'll put in your head. Because sometimes we need to give ourselves peer pressure of our true selves. And how I got hooked on the gym was a meathead guy named Brett. The first time I went to the gym, it was in Brooklyn. It was like on McDonald Avenue at the Powerhouse Gym. It's all these huge steroid guys. And the guy saw me training and making progress right away. And he goes, I'll tell you something. He goes, the only thing that feels worse than getting up and dragging your ass to the gym on a cold, snowy day is how bad you feel about yourself, to know you let yourself down on your commitment to yourself. Ooh, it's true. I will shame myself. You see me post things. I follow a bunch of gym meme, and once in a while I post some fucking stupid shit that's so hilarious. You know, it's a guy smashing himself in the head, and it's like me knowing I could have went to the gym, but I didn't go. Something like that.
But you have to show up for yourself, right? Nobody else is going to do it.
And then you become a better parent and a better leader for the people around you, because when people see, look at my son's in the greatest shape because he trains every day I never told him you have to train every
Me
day.
too. Same, my son. Yeah.
He saw him when he was a little kid. I would take him to the gym, and he would sit there on the floor and play with his Pokemons and his cars and his Thomas the Tank Engine while I was throwing around dumbbells.
Yeah.
And,
It's been around him his whole life.
yeah. So anyway, the app is in the App Store. It's at Google Play. It's Android and Apple. And
So it's a monthly subscription?
it's a monthly subscription, and we're offering it for $29.95, which is $1 a day to get in shape.
It's great.
And what you get when you join, first of all, you'll fill out all your data, your weight, your height, your diet preferences. Are you a carnivore? Are you a vegan? Are you vegetarian? Do you want to eat in the zone? Because people have their own preferences. Me, I'm mindful. I don't kill anything. Nothing has to die for me to eat. So
I love that.
I choose, a vegan diet there.
How long have you been on that journey for, by the way? Is it something when you had your stomach surgery that transitioned your diet?
No, I was vegan in the 90s.
Okay.
And when we were touring in those heydays of Biohazard, I was vegan for a bunch of those years.
Okay.
I started eating meat again when he was born for some strange reason. I went to White Castle and I ate meat for it. I'm disgusted with anything like that. I've changed I've changed my mind so much.
But you're full on now,
I call myself vegan-ish because I love pizza, and sometimes I eat pizza.
We're not perfect, dude.
But I don't wear leather. I don't use anything.
Vegan-ish. I like that shit.
That could be a brand.
It could be a brand.
That could be a brand, vegan-ish.
That's the hardest thing to give up for people is the cheese, because the vegan cheeses are really hard to digest and they're not the best. And
it's
you're
not
a New Yorker
good.
And like
it's,
pizza.
it's just I used to own a pizzeria.
Yeah.
I grew up working at Lenny and John's. It's kind of that greasy mozzarella is in my blood. I'm from.
So that's like the one thing you do, your cheat, whatever vegan.
Yeah, and I my body does well when I eat eggs. Okay. But I'm going to so segue to I'm going to Bali tomorrow.
Yes.
For a month. I'm going to Canggu. I'm going to Uluwatu. I'm going to Ubud. And it's funny, one of the original managers of Biohazard, Russell Simmons, lives in Ubud.
Oh, he does?
And I think he owns a yoga studio. I want to look him up.
Are you going through a solo?
I'm going there by myself, yeah. I'm going there with my routine, and I'm going to hook up with my friend. I'm going to shout out my boy, Anthony. He's on Instagram, The Healthy Vegan. He's like the most ripped 45-year-old vegan you will ever see.
Sick.
And he and I have been talking about raw vegan.
That's no joke. I've tried it before. It's gnarly.
I don't know that I can fully do it, but raw vegan-ish.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to do the best I can to really clean up my diet.
Has your stomach been better since your diet change?
Yes. I mean, I have problems with my intestines.
Intestines, that's what
my whole family has like different intestinal
You had some
diseases.
cut out, I remember back then. Yeah.
Yeah, I had part of my stomach was removed because it wasn't functioning. It was like a really drastic, radical thing. And, and that caused me a whole bunch of other problems. And it took me years to like get okay and learn how to eat. But it taught me to listen to my body more. Because when you eat something and then your stomach is sticking out like a balloon, that's your body telling you a very strong signal. Don't ever put that in your body again.
Yeah.
But I would do the same thing and eat the same disgusting things that made me feel sick day after day after day, thinking it's normal to eat this, maybe for other people.
Yeah.
But not for me. I have a sensitive gut. I can't really, anything that has a lot of yeast in it or baking soda. I have a Mexican woman at my house who makes cookies with no flour, with oatmeal. And, we find a way.
Yeah, you know me. I had stomach issues and weird shit issues back in the day.
Yeah. And Sticky Fingers brought that up.
What?
He was like, yo, you still fuck with that kid that was shitting all over the place?
Come on, dude. Are you serious? Ever since I went gluten-free, though, I changed. My stomach doesn't get bloated. It stays flat.
Celiac is real.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have food sensitivities. And, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of, food and all that because we can talk all day.
But it affects your mind and your body.
But when you look at a box of Cheerios in America with 800 ingredients and the same box in England only has 30 ingredients.
So true.
It's still bad for you in England.
But everything's so much cleaner in Europe, though. It's crazy.
It's crazy what, listen, I've been living in the third world for years where like some people eat terribly, but a lot of people eat really, really good and clean, living foods, fruits and vegetables that come from the earth that are gifts for us.
That's what I try to do as a vegan, and try to eat just like beans, rice, tofu, fruit, vegetables, nuts, and no fake stuff. Just super like healthy, man.
Quinoa. Like my diet, lots of quinoa, lots of sweet potato, yams.
Yes.
That's like the lowest glycemic, like sustainable energy carb that you can eat.
Yams,
like,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, and don't put a bunch of butter on it. And even worse, don't put vegan butter on it because that's worse for you.
True.
And my beef with the vegan industry is that it's not all healthy. It's just like it's serving the purpose of we're not killing animals and we're not torturing animals. And it's important that people are doing that.
My beef with the vegan industry is that people think, and if you have to be a vegan, you have to eat fake meat.
Yes, things that taste like. I don't want to eat something that tastes like meat. No.
And I think that because those...
I hate Beyond Burger. It gives me fucking heartburn. I'd be tasting it for 8 hours.
But for some people, it works, right? So there's an alternative for people. That's the best thing, but it's not for us. But like for people transitioning from a meat eater to a vegan, they want to try something that tastes like a burger, but it's so overprocessed that it's been shit on by the industry. So now it's just like nobody wants to be vegan no more because they think that's what you have to do.
Yeah,
nobody thinks about tofu and rice and shit. I don't know.
I like tofu.
I like the basics.
Yeah, and I try to eat for my life, not like eat to live, not live to eat. Because I'm a person who used to eat a whole pizza pie, and a whole pizza. A Brooklyn pizza, a pizza that would feed 4 people. I used to eat a whole pizza.
Damn.
Yeah, I used to go out in restaurants and order two main courses. I want the steak and the ravioli. I was that guy.
You were a bigger dude back then too, man.
Yeah, but you don't have to. Why? I didn't need to be bigger. I just got fat and thought it was, had a bunch of people around me going, "You're a big dude. You look good." I'm like, no, I look bloated. I look like a guy at wrestling who's going to lose when he gets in the ring.
Yeah. Plus, it was a different time for you, man.
Yeah, but you find your way, and I want to live forever, Toby. I want to live as long as I can. So I'm really trying to be careful of what I'm eating.
Do you think about death? Do you think about the end?
When you think about death, do you lose your breath or do you keep your cool? Would you like to see the Pope on the end of a rope? Do you think he's a fool?
It's your dad, bro.
Do I think about death? Yes. I think about death quite a bit.
Me too.
I think about it all the time.
Since I got older.
When my friend Granville passed, he'd never been sick a day in his life, and he was diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer out of the fucking blue.
That's crazy.
And it was all through his body, and he had 20 operations in like 3 months. And the next thing I know, we're moving him to hospice. And this is a guy that I shared a fake jail cell with for 6 years,
Damn.
And this is a guy who, when I was down on my luck, was always there for me.
Yeah.
He was never a guy who was my friend because of anything other than, our friends,
exactly.
the real ones.
He didn't want anything from you, yeah.
Man, I used to sleep on his in his guest room in Miami, and one of the most profound experiences of my life was sitting with this guy while he died slowly with dignity. And
it's heavy.
And then maybe a year later, Mio from Biohazard, rest in peace, the original drummer of Biohazard, the guy who said to me, I wrote some songs, and he goes, I'm going to introduce you to a guy called Bobby the Handball. And this is your fucking guy.
That's crazy. Life
in my mother's fucking basement on Flatland 2nd Street and East 108th Street, across from the creek where the fucking wise guys used to dump the bodies. This is when they were building Starrett City.
Okay. Damn.
That's how long ago. So it was like in the 80s. And, he got diagnosed with a brain tumor, inoperable because he had an infection in his eye and his sinuses that was so bad they couldn't kill the infection. And I couldn't travel at the time. And I sat 10 days with him on the phone.
Wow.
And he couldn't talk. When people are in hospice and they're giving you morphine, you're dying.
Mm-hmm.
They move you there to die. Dying is part of life.
I know.
And we're so spooked out and freaked out by it, But like really have acceptance that you're going to die someday.
True.
My son hates it when I talk about it.
So does
I'm
my
fucking
son.
morbid.
Hate me too. I do that too. He hates it.
Don't pretend I'm not going to die. I'm going to die. You're going to die. She's going to die. He's going to die. I know. You know, we're all going to die.
It's just crazy when like I'm 55 now. And
So be grateful for the day you got.
True. But just seeing my son get older and then knowing that at one point I'm not going to be here, at some point where he's going to still be here, and that bugs me out. I can't even think about it. But I believe that there's an afterlife for sure. I'm not a religious person, but I'll be able to hopefully watch over my wife or my son, whatever.
You will live in your son.
I know.
My spirit will live on with my son.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
He'll see you in different places. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, for me, people think I'm crazy because ever since my Granville passed, birds started following me, some really specific birds. And he used to love watching birds. He used to sit in his backyard on the golf course and watch birds. And I'm always sure it's him checking in on me.
I believe it.
And I believe it. It only matters what I believe. And if it makes me smile and it makes me feel that I'm in the care of the divine, that the love of the universe is watching over me somehow, there's a comfort in that.
Yeah.
You know, there is a comfort in that. And, you know, the fact that we're to accept that your life is finite and you're going to die is an important thing. It means go live the shit out of your life right now.
That's what you're doing tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm getting on a plane, have a new adventure.
But that's what the Mindful Warriors app's about. It's about being as healthy as you can be and be here as long as you can be and be able to do the things you love to
Fitness
do. As long
for
as you
longevity.
can do them. Like, I want to be a skateboarder till I fucking die. I want to hike with my son till I die. I want to be on stage until I can't, right? So we take care of ourselves the best, mind, body, and soul, to do that as long as we can, right?
Man, look at Ozzy, bro.
No,
Went out like a G.
Dude, like a fucking G.
Like a G.
Look at that funeral he had for himself, for the whole world watching. That was
what
so
the fuck?
fucking
Singing
beautiful.
from the throne.
Bro, that was so beautiful,
Best.
man. That was like, fuck.
You know, when you mentioned Mindful Warrior, like, I just want to make it clear. If you're listen, I train everybody, but it's really guys, right? It's really focused on men and getting in shape.
But women can use the app?
Women are welcome to join the app. Everyone is welcome. But it seems that the culture of it so far is men.
Okay.
And so here's what you get. You get a workout, exactly what to do in order. With every amount of weight, you don't have to think about anything. And I made 167 videos that demonstrate every movement, how I do it.
I love that.
Right?
People need to be told exactly what to do, for sure.
I need sometimes.
Me too.
Things like this.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
Take the thinking out of it, because this is something that requires dedication and effort. Mm-hmm. Right? If you have to try your hardest and you're not sure what you're doing, that's not a good combo.
Yeah.
You know, I want to make it really easy for guys to not only get back in shape. Look at me. I'm getting in better shape each year as I get older. And I'm not fucking special, and I'm not taking steroids.
You're all natty.
I'm all natty. I'm 165 pounds of love. But I'm tight right now.
Look amazing,
and I'm getting better each day, and I push harder. And I'm not special. This could be you. This could be anybody. So if you're a guy and you want to get in shape and you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, and maybe you remember what it was like to have a six-pack, or maybe you never had one and you always dreamed what it would be like to feel good in your body, take your shirt off and walk down the beach and not feel self-conscious and feel like you're comparing yourself to other people, you're judging. Man, people live in their heads and people die in their heads.
Facts.
We all have this crazy comparative self-image. Man, I don't know what it's like for Sammy and Max and young people to grow up in the era of social media.
Oh, bro.
When you're seeing everybody, look at how many likes they have. Everybody likes them because they look like that, because they took that thing and they're doing that.
It's true.
You know, we didn't have any of that.
Nah.
You know, but how I see myself, Toby, today is I'm Jack LaLanne, bro. I want to be Jack LaLanne. I want to be to say, I will help you get in shape, build muscle, lose fat, get your head around your life and discipline and consistency. Because when you are consistent with your discipline and you show up and do something every day, go to the gym, for instance, everybody around you sees it. You change your vibration. Mm-hmm. You become more confident. It's impossible not to look and feel better and have it not pervade all of your existence.
Yeah.
You know, when I get out of the shower and I dry off and I look at myself, man, it's another affirmation. It's like, I did that. I created that. And I keep my before and after fat pictures pinned on my Instagram because I want to remind myself how I never want to look and feel again. And I want to, nothing tastes as good as feeling good.
Yeah. Are you super strict on yourself too about like carbs and like you have a little bit of body fat, you freak out? Are you like kind of obsessing about it at all? No?
I have a sweet tooth. Sometimes I like, ice cream, but I get like vegan organic gelato from Holistica and I eat like 4 spoons and I put it away.
Okay.
Because it's enough to satisfy my craving.
Good self-control.
Self-control. That was the hardest part. Not saying, okay, I'm vegan or okay, I'm vegetarian or I'm not eating that anymore. That's easy. Learning moderation is difficult, especially something as emotional as food. Food triggers so many hormones. There's so much going on in your body and your digestion. And like, man, we created fucking diabetes with sugar,
True.
I like cookies, bro. I won't lie. But I
like cookies too.
But I eat a couple of cookies.
Yeah.
Even if we're both eating Maxines, I eat 2.
Yeah.
And I stop myself,
That's good control, man.
There's a lot of good things out too. Like, do you know this? I was really happy to see they sell this in the airport. You know this? The gluten-free bros?
No, it looks sick though.
Okay, shout out to the GF.
Can I have one?
Help yourself. It's coconut cashew. Shout out to the GFB. We're looking for sponsorship and endorsement.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
fuck it.
I'm just shouting them out.
I've never ate anything on the podcast in my life, so I'm going to try this on the podcast with you.
This is the most.
This is Evan's new company. I'm just kidding.
I wish. I'd like to be
but
part
on your
of this.
app, is there something for plant-based people to have some sort of food plan where they can see like their
100%
their protein intake?
Yes,
That's a big
everything
question
is everything we do is in macros. It's math. Your body and your diet and your exercises fuel in, fuel out. Energy out, and reap the results. If you follow this, you will get the results. It's impossible. It's like lighting a match. But you have to start the spark of the fire. And if you're sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, if you keep saying I'm gonna, I have a bunch of catchphrases now that I'm fucking Jack LaLanne. I tell people, you gonna get in shape? If not now, then when?
True.
You tell me.
True.
Tell me I want a commitment. I want a date. I'm saying you should come with me right now. Sign up right now. MindfulWarriorFitness.com and invest $30 a month into your life.
For your life.
Into your life. You need a gym membership or you need some weights. Mm-hmm. And if you want to work out just with body weight workouts, I can customize it for you. So when people sign up, they get a 15-minute onboarding call with me. Like a one-on-one call, we discuss their goals.
That's awesome.
And then I go back to the programming and we write their program up in the computer, the platform we have has all the information. It knows he's vegan, he's 55, he wants to eat like this, he wants to lose fat, he's not really trying to bulk up, but he wants to be lean and healthy, and it'll spit out the recipes, the shopping list, and everything.
I want to look like Brad Pitt in Fight Club.
You want to know?
50s.
Do you know what I did? I will admit to taking pictures of myself from like my Instagram and cropping them in the same size as the famous Brad Pitt Fight Club picture to see how far off I was.
That's goals, bro. That's goals. Set goals for yourself.
You know what? I didn't feel bad about myself.
No.
I said to myself, I'm 20 years older than he was there, and I have more muscle on me in the picture than he does. And for sure, I mean, he was in a shred where
lean and mean.
But
bro.
I have a lot of Hollywood actor friends. You have a lot of Hollywood actor friends. They'll go pretty radical and extreme, and they'll take
starvation, whatever it takes,
or steroids or whatever for a role.
But if I was you and I was your age, I'd be taking selfies too. I'd be so proud of myself. The transformation of you. You know what I'm saying? And you're not doing that to be like, look at me, I'm jacked. It's like, yo, you can be like this too. I wasn't.
That's what I'm doing. I want
people. That's
exactly. Thank you for seeing me,
so
Toby.
True.
This is why you're the perfect person for me to have the announcement of this, because it's about intention.
And you're leading by example.
It's by intention, right? And I'm making it affordable. This, for people. But my goal with this, my purpose with this, is to inspire transformation, that anybody can do anything if they put their mind to it, but they first have to believe. And sometimes we need help. Sometimes we need a plan. You know, you're not going to start a multi-million-dollar company without a plan.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to build a house that's going to be a good house without a plan.
We talked earlier about some people like, I'm going to get married, have a kid, and that's it. They're going to give up, and that's their life. Like I'm going to stop working out after 40 because, you know, I'm going to be...
Because I'm tired.
Yeah.
And I have nobody to impress.
Mm-hmm.
What about yourself? What about the man in the mirror?
Yeah.
What about the man in the... Who's accountable to him? And this is part of, you know, we get back into mentorship because, you know, a part of our society says that a good man puts everybody else first.
Yeah.
Okay? He will give his life for his family, right? I heard a quote.
How's he going to defend him if he's not like working?
I heard a great meme the other day. It said, I heard you say you would die for your family, but would you really live for them?
Damn. That's true. It's so crazy. That's true. Yeah. It's real.
Yeah, most men think, all right, you guys live, I'll just make the money and do my own thing.
Yeah.
And since I'm not complaining, I'm going to get addicted to porn. I'm going to drink too much. I'm going to eat terrible. I'm going to, you know, be afraid to share my dissatisfaction with my life to the point that maybe I'm going to kill myself. Or maybe I'm going to be abusive with my wife or my kids. Or maybe I'm just going to be a dick.
How has, this might be a question for you though, how has his transformation affected him as a father? Can I have you on the mic? Is that possible? You want to answer that? Because you've known him before, you know, in your whole life. So before he was sober, before he even looked like this, right? You want to answer that?
This is my son, Sam Seinfeld, a.k.a. Sam Solomon. Plug to the artist.
Like this transformation, how it inspired you too.
Can you repeat the question?
Just like,
He didn't know he was going.
How has your dad changed as a dad with his transformation mentally and physically, and how has it inspired you?
I mean, he's always been a role model to me regardless, because he's instilled to me since a very young age to one of the most important things, that to always just observe not just his mistakes, but everybody's around, to learn and grow from everything. And he taught me that at a very young age. And I feel like even his transformation from his physical, he's always been a very spiritual guy, and we've always connected deeply about a lot of things. And his attitude has always been to push forward and keep going. And I think he probably hit that peak within what was that, maybe around like 2018, 2019, where you were like, I'm pushing myself to that next level of like, I want to really be the
best version of myself.
Yes,
it was in the pandemic.
Yeah,
it was really like, I was always a gym guy, and I always ran, and I always liked sports. I always played anything I could, had a ball, you know. But I made a decision. Like, you know, when you change your mind about something, like when you became vegan, you said, that's it, you know. I was like, I really want to become the best possible version of myself, you know. Like, I'm the best version of myself today. Could always be better, you know, but not to focus on what I'm not achieving. Mm-hmm. Focus on the progress I do make, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Awesome. Thank you, son. Yeah, you made like a commitment to yourself, and like, this is going to be it. This is going to be my program. I'm going to turn everything around.
Well, also, I was losing my mind, locked in the house in the pandemic.
Oh, yeah,
and I was like,
that doesn't help.
I was like, I bought a heavy jump rope that had a counter.
Oh, that's cool.
And it had an app so I could compete against other people. I never jumped rope before. I was like, I'm getting a jump rope. I'm like Peter Griffin, you know. Now that I have a mustache, you know, everything just feels right.
That's amazing, man. Well, I mean, your journey has been inspiring. I'm sure people live vicariously through you and Tulum, and just seeing you, people that knew you as Evan Biohazard, then Evan not in the band, and now Evan back in the band, and your transformation and all that's been really, it's inspiring, man.
Thanks, man. You know, I have to inspire myself.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm depressed and I'm anxious and I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
And sometimes I wake up in the morning and, you got to remind yourself there's a reason to be alive.
Absolutely.
You got to get yourself excited about the day, because what is your life, Toby? It's time times your intention over, it's an equation. Time times intention, maybe over what you actually do.
True.
Is the outcome of your life. Filtered by how you look at everything. Because the glasses in which you see the world need to be intentional.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just see what's wrong. It's funny because I don't spend a lot of time in America anymore. And every time I'm here and I overhear people's conversations, I'm like, man, I'm glad I'm not here.
Yeah.
It's
a crazy time to be here too. Yeah.
It's just what people care about. I don't care about.
Yeah. Well, you did at one point, right? Up in the hills and all that different life. That was a different.
No, when I lived up there, I was. That's another story for another day. I cared about other things.
Yeah, other things. Yeah. What was the last real job you had? We had a boss.
Well, I worked at Lenny and John's Pizza. I worked for John Scandifio, Daddy O. He just celebrated a birthday. Job with a boss at HBO. I had a boss. I worked for Tom Fontana, but that's not like a job. It's a fancy job.
Well, you clocked in. That's basically a pizza spot.
Maybe the last place that I worked that wasn't the pizzeria, that I worked for somebody else, was I worked at the Palladium as a bouncer, standing at the front in '91.
Really? Wow.
I went to Russell and Leor. I was like, yo, you guys are paying me to be on tour, and then we're home. What am I supposed to do? I keep going back to the pizza place to work. And they said, well, you could work for Kenny Kane and Patty Fisco, and you can go be a security guy at the club. And I worked at the Limelight and the Palladium and the Tunnel. I remember seeing Vin Diesel one night there, before he was Vin Diesel. Yeah, that was probably the last job I had.
It's crazy. So you've been doing your own thing for years, your own boss, everything, man. Just grinding and fucking...
Well, even when you work for somebody else, you work for yourself,
True.
It's you who got to make you do the thing.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Do you have any major regrets in your life?
We talked about this earlier.
Nice to meet you.
This earlier. I made a lot of mistakes in my life, Toby, but I think I needed to make them all.
Totally.
Sometimes again and again. It's learning how to recognize the before you make it. I made a point to always tell my kid to learn from my mistakes. That's why he never gets in trouble.
That's amazing.
But if I could do everything over again, I would say this to my younger self, and I'm working on a book about this too. My second book's going to be, I don't want to give it away, but it involves like the idea of what you would tell your younger self,
Yeah.
And I would say the secret, the juice of life is change and growth. It's not repetition. So every time you see a relationship, a job, not the way you want it anymore, or it's not in alignment with you, or it's not serving you anymore, run to the change. Embrace the power of change and make that your gasoline, right? Yeah. Not hang on for dear life because change is scary.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we all have friends from back home that, we would invite, yo, man, why don't you come out to California, come see something different, or come on tour with us. Man, I could never do that. Limiting self-beliefs.
How do you do that? Yeah.
Well, this is something we talk about in Mantorship a lot, How do we navigate limiting self-beliefs, especially when they're cultural? Like Mantorship, like my friend Matt Wise is a boxing coach, coached professional MMA fighters and boxers, and he teaches yoga in Tulum, and he's been training a whole group of young kids who live in what's called the invasion. It's like homelessness.
Okay.
These kids don't even get to go to school. Some of them, their parents make them work in construction from age 6, 7 years old. And some of them don't have parents. They're just kids. And he's been training a bunch of these kids. And couple of them are really good. This one kid named Brian, shout out Brian. It's like 14-0 or something, fighting in tournaments. And like, you know, we try to like give the kid a little sponsorship, and, you know, we did a little GoFundMe, and so the kids can get gloves because they're going to tournaments, and other kids have all the stuff and these kids don't have shoes, you know?
Yeah.
And part of what Mantorship is interested in is helping the kids believe that they can be a champion, you know, that they can compete, because you grew up in America. He grew up in America. I grew up in America, the land of opportunity where everyone told you could be anything you want, do anything you want.
Yeah.
When you grow up really poor in a third world country, they tell you, hey, you're not as good as other people. We are less. We will get this kind of job. The best you can hope for yourself is this and this.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many Mexican people I've met that their parents told them, don't have big dreams because you don't want to be disappointed. Just, you know, do what you think. We're these kind of people, and that's a limiting self-belief. It's not true.
Yeah.
Everybody can find a way. You know, not everybody has the same opportunities.
Absolutely.
Right? But it's always the guy, the underdog, who didn't have the opportunity, who becomes the Julio Cesar Chavez, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It's true.
So, like, for me, like, that's the little give back kind of thing that I like to do with Mantorship. And it's funny how Mindful Warrior even started, because we were doing the men's circles, the Circle of Brotherhood meetings, and I love to work out on the beach. And one Saturday I go, I'm going to go to the beach Saturday morning. I'm going to run, do some yoga. Anybody want to come? And like 10 guys came. So I ended up like leading a thing.
That's cool.
And it was like accidental. It was just what I was going to do. And I had never really done anything like that before. And I found a real connection with teaching people yoga. And I started a class called Yoga Fit down in Tulum.
That's awesome.
And man, you got to see me. It's like yoga meets Zumba. I'm like there jumping around to fucking Rufus Du Sol playing, and people are upside down, and people are doing burpees and squats, and they're getting fit and getting in shape, and you know, and nobody knows. Like I do it sometimes at this Hotel Lula in the hotel zone in Tulum, and it's like, you know, middle-aged women on a yoga retreat, and they come take my class. No, they're awesome. They're
amazing,
awesome,
man.
and like I get to like, you know, work with them, because I remember as a yogi, everything I ever learned from somebody, I remember.
Yeah.
That thing that I learned from Itzel, that thing that I learned from Lupe, the thing I learned from Vane, these are some of my teachers, from Arun, that sticks with me and helps me in my practice. But yoga is a metaphor for life, because it's not a sport. It's a practice.
It is.
Right?
I need to do it more. I did hot yoga a couple of times. It was brutal.
I love hot yoga.
Yeah, I need to get back into it. Are there people from Tulum that like didn't know you as Evan Biohazard and have now seen
Nobody knows
but
me.
have now seen you perform since you've been back? Has anybody seen you from recently?
It's really actually funny, because
it's probably crazy.
Really very few people knew my history there. I
love that.
I was just this tattooed yoga guy, you know, that people saw dancing and was like.
And you must stand out like crazy in Tulum, dude.
You know what? Yes and no. But there was another guy in Tulum that from 20 feet away looked exactly like me.
All
He's
tatted up.
younger than me. Like almost the same tattoos and the same size and
Wow.
bald and yeah.
But so they've now seen footage of you playing like this guy's.
Well, it's funny. We all follow each other. And then when the band got back together and I started playing, like a lot of my friends were like, dude, I didn't know you're like a rock star, dude. I'm like, come on, that's not like a good word. Like, I'm a musician, you know. I'm a touring professional.
But just seeing you on stage, it's like probably night and day.
Well, you get on stage, Toby, and you transform into Toby HBO. You're H2O. HBO. Toby H2O. It's your. I'm saying in some respects that's in some respects that might be your highest vibration.
Absolutely.
Where you're reaching the most people.
Totally.
And you're sharing your positive message. And that's the juice, man. Plug into it. And if you don't find it there, get it running on the beach. Get your endorphins out.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question on your podcast.
Let's go.
Did you ever have a long period of time that you didn't play with H2O? Did you guys ever have years off?
We had like a hiatus for a couple of years, and I did Hazen Street with Freddie and them, but I had a hiatus for a couple of years actually, yeah. And that was weird. It was weird.
But you were still playing.
Yeah, we stayed together. We've been together 30 years. We had a hiatus, but we never broke up. But I did other things where I had to work a regular job. When my son was born, I worked for Golden Voice. I was loading the bands who I opened up for me, and did all that kind of grimy backstage shit, which I loved doing. I got my hands dirty and was part of that. I loved it. Yeah, so I did that kind of stuff. Worked it for Coachella, built the stages there one summer because I had no income. I never band, so I was having a baby. I had to step it up. So yeah, for sure. Like those, but I really missed playing too, obviously.
You missed the energy of the connection with the other guys and the thing. And, you have to be grateful for it, but you can't define yourself by it because someday it might be gone.
Absolutely.
And you don't want to feel like you lost something.
The pandemic taught me that too, and everything was stopped. Are we ever going to play again? What's going to be the future of music? That was a weird moment, but at the same time, like, you know what? I've experienced so much. If it ends right now, I'm good. Like I got my podcast, I'm doing something else. I don't know.
Yeah, you're doing amazing, bro. I'm just happy to be here with you. During the pandemic, Sammy and I were working with some other partners, and we had a platform called Future Stream that we were doing. We were live streaming rappers and DJs and helping them to monetize it.
That's awesome.
And it was great. We had The Baby was on. We had Lupe Fiasco was on. Lupe Fiasco did his NFT drop on our platform.
Oh, that's right. NFTs were big back then.
No, they weren't. People thought they were. The president of Playboy came to my house to tell me he wanted me to help him build an NFT platform for adult. And I just looked at him and I just said, no. No.
NFT, no fucking thanks.
No fucking thing. So,
That's
but
cool
we had a lot of DJs, Roger Sanchez, DJ Sneak. Who was that big Italian DJ? Flash Mob. Interesting people. And it was great because like DJ Sneak he would go on for like live for 3 hours and be DJing with vinyl, and sometimes he would be cooking on the Puerto Rican Day Parade, and his fans would be home in the lockdown, dancing, making videos of himself, posting it, and tipping him.
That's awesome.
Because think about this, if you're a married like a guy like you with a band, married with kids, now you can't tour, you can't go out and work. What are you going to do?
Yeah. That was interesting because a lot of people we know that only did bands, they had no other side things. They're in kind of that people realize like, I got to figure out another route because music, that's all they do is full time. Hey,
listen, people don't really buy music anymore. Okay. So when we say we're in the music business, that's a little oxymoron of dumb. We monetize it differently, sure.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something interesting. The new Biohazard Divided We Fall, we've dropped a bunch of limited edition vinyls.
Great. People
and they've all sell out the second they put it on sale.
It's amazing.
So if you're a Biohazard fan and you're looking to collect some vinyl, I don't know if there's more being dropped. I imagine there will be. But get it the second you see it, because all my fans keep DMing me like, well, I want to get the thing, and I have nothing to do with it.
People want to hold something. They want a product now. You know what I mean? People want to have that.
Tangible.
Yeah, vinyl is so important. It never really went away either. I feel like it's bigger than ever now.
I think so. I mean, we certainly didn't do this whole vinyl thing. Like, we did Urban and State of the World Address. We did like orange vinyl or, and it's cool. But like me, I love a record,
Yeah.
He's got my turntable and my records at his house.
It's awesome.
That was a great thing for me to pass to the kid. Mm-hmm. Because I know he wanted, he loves vintage, turntable. He's a musician, he's an artist. But he got my essential record collection.
Nice.
Like
AF, some stuff in there, right?
It's a little hardcore in there. There's Carnivore records in there, but the things I wanted him to hear were, my James Brown and my Allman Brothers and awesome. my Led Zeppelin records and my my Black Sabbath early Black Sabbath records. That's
awesome.
I want to walk in the house and my son has Master of Reality on.
Hard.
Hard as fuck.
Are you an optimist or pessimist?
Optimist. Wasn't always.
Yeah.
Wasn't always. I'm intentional. I'm really intentional. The fact that I wear glasses helps me because I use that analogy all day long. I say, you get to choose the glasses which you see the world.
It's true.
What did I just post? I made a post on my Instagram sitting in the car in front of your house when you texted me to say, we still on for 2, and it was like 2.
Yeah.
I was writing the caption. Show it to him, please.
So you've been an optimist later on in your life.
Well, listen, if your life is time, if
Yeah.
your life is time and time is your currency, which is one of my mantras, right?
Love that.
Read it.
The way you see the world is the way the world sees you. Lead with love. Love that, man.
That came out of me. That didn't always come out of me, Toby.
It's crazy knowing you like back then and knowing you now. I wouldn't like. It's just the transformation's crazy.
But that was always in me.
Yeah.
I always had that in me, but I wasn't tapped into it. But
It makes me happy that you're comfortable in your own skin to make posts like that. Being Evan Biohazard from Brooklyn, and
I don't have anything to prove to anybody.
I know you don't. But maybe back then maybe we did because we were young.
If
Who
anything,
fucking
I want to
knows?
disprove. If anything, I want to show people my most vulnerable, my softest side, my most sensitive side.
And isn't that being a man, being a compassionate, loving human? That's the most
Yes.
manly thing you can do. Love animals, love the planet, love humans. People think that's a weakness.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, you're weak, you don't eat meat. No, bro, I fucking care about living things.
I love
That's
animals.
love, right? That's the passion in us, though. It's the opposite of what people think is manly and tough. I don't know.
And I wonder, really what percentage of the manly tough guys that I only eat steak 100% of the time. I wonder how many of them would eat meat if they had to kill it themselves.
I was going to say, is it tough to go out there with a shotgun and shoot something fucking miles away?
And cut it up.
Why don't you chase it down and fucking kill it with your own hands?
I'm
just saying, though.
Even with a fucking gun. Even with a
Yeah.
gun. How many guys that are meatitarians would actually go out and kill an animal and cut it up?
Nah.
And
Some people do, but yeah.
the
But
first time most guys would do that, they'd be fucking shook
yeah.
to the fucking core. The first time they saw that much blood and guts and shit coming out of the animal, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
everybody should see that shit.
I think women. I think people are more attracted to a man who is
Mindful.
sensitive, compassionate, caring, gives a fuck, takes care of themselves mentally, physically, everything, inside,
Toby,
outside.
I wasn't always trying to be mindful of others, and I fail every day. I do belligerent things all the time, but I'm trying to be better every day and learn. And that wasn't always my intention. I was a fucking bull in the china shop of earth. I was that guy who walked in and knocked everything over and didn't say he was sorry. Felt that
Yeah.
I went through a lot of phases of Evan.
Are your parents still here?
My parents, I just visited them 2 days ago. Dad's 84, mom's 82. They're
Incredible.
in Florida.
And what do
Still
you think about the
together.
transformation? What do you think about the transformation? They've seen you through so many different versions of you.
My parents are really like amazing people, and they're pretty straight-laced, but as they've gotten older, they've gotten more accepting and more liberal. I remember when they didn't know I had tattoos until I was like really tatted up.
Bro.
I wasn't living at home anymore. I moved out when I was really young, and when I would see them, I would cover it.
You can't cover your face no more, though, bro. You can't do that.
Yeah, I'm fucked now. But it's funny. My parents are amazing, bro. I got my dad the other day. I don't know if I told you he walked in the house, and I was on a Mantorship video call with like 20 guys, and my dad he got on the call. And my dad's old. He's got Alzheimer's, and he's really good, like really good. Like I don't see it, He's a little forgetful, but he's not like lost,
Yeah.
He's doing really great. But he got on the call and he shared some life experience, wisdom with the men.
It's amazing.
And I was crying and like,
Fuck.
I think a lot of the good in me is from my dad.
Yeah. That's amazing. They're alive to see what you're doing now and all the and your band being back and all that stuff.
I think they're happy for me that I always pursue my dreams.
Mm-hmm.
I think, they know that I took the road less traveled, let's just say. It was funny because my dad played the guitar and sang like, he knew some Beatles songs and
cool.
the Doors, And I remember when they came to my first the first time they came to a show was the Biohazard album release party at L'Amour's in 1989.
Must have been scary.
Bro, I had like 6 dudes protecting my parents. We had 6 dudes protecting Bobby's mom and dad.
Damn.
And we had like, we got like a whole section for them, but because that was like when it was really fucking crazy,
Hell yeah.
ambulances coming and going. And it was.
Were they like blown away just seeing you up there playing that type of music.
I remember my father. My parents came and sat with Russell and Leor at the Academy show that you were at.
Oh yeah, Academy, yeah.
And I remember after the show, we're sitting backstage, we're all sweaty. My father comes in with his sweater on. My father always wears like the sweater with the alligator, the Izod, the Lacoste.
Classic.
Before it was trendy, when it was old school. And my father goes, "What an incredible show, guys." My father talks like a game show host, right? And he goes, "I only have one question. When you guys started playing, there was a boy who took off his shirt in the balcony where we were sitting, and he ran down the stairs and blindly dove off the balcony, which has to be at least 25 feet. Does anybody know who this boy is? Is he part of the show? Or was this just a person doing this on his own? Because if not, somebody should call his mother, because I don't think he's okay."
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Real talk. And I was like, Dad, this is just how we do. People do what they do.
That's amazing to get to see you play.
I got to go to the bathroom.
Okay, this is the last question. They got to pee. What's your top 5 New York hardcore bands? And hip hop too. We can pee. Come back and do that.
Yeah, I'm going to pee.
Let's pee. I'm going to pee too.
Bands
Well, let's just say one thing. We just took piss breaks. We're over. We're taking like 2 or 3 piss breaks, but constructive, not deconstructive. What's the word? What'd you just say? That was so awesome.
What did he say?
Not deconstructive, right? Is that what the word you said?
Constructive versus destructive.
Yeah. And I was just talking about different versions. Like I loved all the versions of you, but we lost touch for many, many years. We all moved away and toured different things. But reconnecting with you after Biohazard, it's been so beautiful from our friendship.
Yeah.
And this version of you, like, it's incredible. I mean, we would have connected anyway, but still.
I'm just saying, you never know who your real friends turn out to be.
Yeah.
And you find out usually when the shit's going down.
Mm-hmm.
You find out when you're in the hospital, when you get sent to jail, when you get embarrassed by some fucked up shit that happens. You find out who your friends are.
Yeah,
So
but also when you get older too and wiser and fucking more adults.
And you also pick your friends more carefully when you get older. There's a line in the Biohazard song.
And
keep your circle tight. What do I say before that?
I agree. Something like that. Keep your circle tight.
Yeah, but how does it go?
We pull the lyrics up. But I feel like my circle has gotten smaller as I've gotten older, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah. And
it's quality.
there's certain people
Not quantity.
that like their energy draws me.
Totally.
Like Mike DeJean.
Best
Guy.
So sick.
Right?
So
Like-
posy and awesome and spiritual and wonderful.
Yeah, like we're on a similar path, I don't, not that we're doing the same exact things, but if we meet up, we go to a yoga class and we go get some healthy food and
Fucking
we
great.
talk about mindset and we talk
Mhm.
about being grateful.
Yeah, I love that.
You had Kobe on from Papa Roach.
Yeah, Jacoby,
I
man.
love Jacoby's Instagram because it's just gratitude.
Bro.
It's the pure thing.
And he's killing it. Sober 15 years. Like, dude,
By the way, I've been sober since 1988, drugs and alcohol.
Mhm.
And I spent about maybe on and off for the last 7 years being Cali sober, where I smoke weed
Yep.
as like a medicine. And I'm happy to report I'm going straight edge again because
Shit, we're going to jump you in, bro. Let's
well,
go down.
listen, weed's illegal in Indonesia. You go to jail for 10 years for having a joint.
Oh, yeah, so you're going to be going straight edge for the next couple of weeks.
I'm going straight edge for the whole month of August and September, and we'll see what happens after that. I'll make an educated decision.
I'm going to be there for your first X tattoo. I'm going to be there for that shit.
I wore X's on my hands.
did back in the day?
Back in the day, I had a,
Everyone was X'd up.
all the straight edge kids knew I was straight edge, in my own definition of straight edge. No
Mhm.
drugs, no alcohol, no nothing,
Yeah.
and I was vegetarian.
Except for the sex part.
Yeah, that was always
That's okay,
that was
though.
always my, I was married for 20 years
Yeah.
to 2 different wives. So,
No.
but
That's
I
dope, I didn't know
didn't
that.
I didn't adopt the whole thing. But when straight edge kids would come to me and be like, "Yo, man, would you wear our straight edge shirt?" I was always, fuck yeah, I would throw it right on. Support the local
For sure.
kids who are trying to breed some positivity because think how many people die from drugs. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
How many
man.
people I buried that died from
Yeah.
drug abuse. You
Damn.
know, I don't know anybody who died from weed, but you know,
Me either.
sometimes I think it's really good for my mind and my mood.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm just stoned and in a cloud, and you know, it's intentional when I do it. But
I've had a good. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm an addict, so I can overdo everything. So it's good for me to take a break and gain perspective. But this is like clean time Bali.
That's not. Yeah,
New
it's nice.
place, new environment, new people, new.
You excited for the trip?
Yeah, man. The
You
change.
get nervous traveling and stuff, flying and stuff like that, or no?
I don't like flying a lot, to be honest with you. Like, I'm fine when the plane gets really turbulent. It never used to bother me when I was young, and now I get a little freaked out.
Do you have any like kind of things you do before you fly for traveling?
Well, I take my
Take something.
no. I take my beads everywhere.
Oh,
I
that's
go.
good. I was gonna say, get your beads.
I
Yeah.
wear my beads. These are my DBAs, doing
Okay.
business as the best version of myself.
Nice.
It also stands for don't be an asshole, which is the real reason I wear them, because every once in a while, Canarsie comes out.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, I'm walking down the street, I'm coming from yoga, everything's fine, and somebody will say something or throw a look, and I might regress fucking 35 years and go, you got a fucking problem?
Yeah.
And I turn into another person that I don't like.
That's the Brooklyn in you, man. Your blood, dude. You can't help that.
You can. I can.
Okay.
And I do, and
But
I
if it
will.
comes out sometimes, that's also you like being, I don't know, fucking.
It
being
depends.
you.
It depends what the reason is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I check myself all the time. I'm like, is this just my ego? Because if this is just my ego, I always think to myself, when I have when I have the wherewithal to pause before I react. You don't get to choose what other people do. You don't get to choose what happens in the world, but you get to choose how you react.
That's true. Facts.
You might not get to choose how you feel in the
Yeah.
moment, but you get to choose your action. So I try to stop myself and say, is this one of those times that my ego thinks I need to be right or prove a point? Do I want to be right or do I want to be happy?
Is it even worth your time?
Well, the point is, to be right will not leave me happy. To be right will lead to disaster sometimes.
Yeah.
So I just give myself a fucking pass and say, you know what? Guy picked a fight with me in the gym. This happened about a year ago. Juice head guy, all fucking steroided out, veins on his head, and really big. And I'd seen the guy around, and he was getting bigger and bigger by the day. And he's 50. He's not young. And the guy was trying to pick a fight with me. He threw a wise ass comment that a younger version of myself wouldn't have been able to restrain myself.
Absolutely,
I would have
yeah.
fucking hit him in the side of the head with a dumbbell.
Yeah.
100%. I was thinking about it. I was shaking. I was fucking shaking inside, because there's a part of me that's a savage that wants to just,
Totally.
who the fuck this motherfucker thinks he's? I'm going to show him right now. I'm going to fucking take my respect from him,
Yeah.
And then I thought to myself, what happens? I played it out in my head really fast. I'm going to get arrested. I'm going to go to jail in Mexico. The girl that I was dating would get deported.
Fuck. You're in another country too.
Maybe I accidentally kill the guy and go to prison. Maybe the guy kills me and I die. Or I could take another path. And I said to the guy something kind of really I said it straight with words. I told the guy what I wanted to say. And I said, I'm not going to roll around on the floor with you. I said, I'm going to take my girlfriend. I'm going to go to the other side of the gym. I'm going to go work out. I'm going to wish you peace. And I hope you find some peace in your heart, that you don't get into arguments with guys like me in the gym. And he wanted to fight so bad.
Yeah.
And a part
that
of
was
me.
some mentorship. That was some real man shit. Dude, I'm gonna fucking be an adult about this, be responsible.
And the girl I was with was in shock. She was like, I can't believe that came out of your mouth.
It made him even more mad. Yeah, you're right. Fuck. He wanted a reaction.
Yeah, he
And you
wanted
give
a
it to him.
reaction. You have no control of other people, but, I don't need to prove anything to anybody.
No, dude. No, man.
Some fucking idiot in the gym who thinks he knows something.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, why would I dignify somebody who's got such a low vibration?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't want that
Stoop
in
to
my.
that level.
I don't want that in my energy sphere. I'm empathic, bro. I feel everybody's shit.
Same.
And I didn't
Same.
always understand it. But the more I become mindful, the more I meditate, the more I do breath work, the more I take stock in myself
Yeah.
and be willing to like humbly work on myself, the less I feel I need to be right about anything.
Yeah.
And the less I feel I need to prove to anybody.
I love that.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares what you do.
Moony Moon.
Moony
I
Moon in the
love-
hizzy.
2 more things. Social media. On social media a lot?
I'm on Instagram a lot.
Too much?
No, not too much. I'm more of, it's my personality is I create and I put out stuff more than I ingest other people's
You're
stuff.
not checking DMs or looking at comments and shit
I
like
check
that?
DMs. I check DMs because a lot of men
Reach out.
and say, bro, I could show you hundreds of messages from guys who go, hey, Evan, I'm a fan of Biohazard, been following you for years. Or, hey, Evan, I found you on Instagram. I have no fucking idea who you are. I'm 50 years old.
Yeah.
I just got divorced. My life is in the toilet. I'm thinking about killing myself. And I saw a post you made from Mantorship, and I thought maybe you could help me. Imagine
Dude,
get a fucking message like that.
It's heavy and beautiful, man.
A couple
yeah.
times a week sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of guys now that I have the fitness app, I mean, a lot of guys are reaching out saying like, hey man, like people are asking me training questions. How do you develop your lats? You know, how did you get abs in your 50s? You know, and I say, I can show you, just sign up.
Awesome, man. Yeah.
You know, I used to try to answer a lot of questions, you know, tell guys, you know, you want abs that's made in the kitchen, not in the gym.
It's true. Negative
That's-
send a link to the app. Here's the app. Dude, teach you everything. Yeah.
MindfulWarriorFitness.com. You sign up through the website, right? And the website is really robust, and then you download the app to take the app with you. But if you sign up through the website, you get the full experience, you know.
Did you ever let like a negative comment or review bother you back then or now? Like reading a comment or getting a review about your band, you ever let that bother you ever? What
You
people
know,
thought.
you know, that's the thing. You could scroll through 5,000 comments that are all good,
It's
and the one that's bad is the one you'll be focused on. Why the fuck? You know, I used to let things like that bother me a little bit. Toby, you know me. I'm kind of a no fucks given guy, always
Yeah.
been. But, you know, when somebody hits on something that's close to home, it can make you feel bad. If somebody says something that's not true about you, it doesn't make a difference. When somebody criticizes you about something that might be true,
Yes.
right, we tend to be our own worst critic and we take it to heart, right? But what I always think about these days when I see some negative comment on something that I've posted or I'm collaborating on, I'm like, what is this person's intention for posting this quote? Why, if they do feel this way, why did they go out of their way to publicly make a comment about that? Obviously, they're either looking to get attention for themselves
yes.
as a hater, or they really have hate in their heart and they really want to spread hate. Either way, I'm not interested.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I could take constructive criticism, you
Same.
know.
They want a
know-
response. Those people just want your time to respond to them, you know.
A lot of people are also, you know, and I'm really glad that this like kind of keyboard ninja culture is dead and dying, because when the internet first came out, it was just people just hate, fail.
Yeah.
No matter what anybody was doing, now other people will hold you accountable. If somebody writes a bad comment, a bunch of other people come in and go, "What the fuck are you talking
Yeah,
about?"
they check them on there. Yeah, for sure.
People get fucking checked,
They
right?
do.
So, you know, I don't really respond to like negative things on social media. Like sometimes someone will say something and I'll answer them and I'll say, what was the purpose of you writing that?
Yeah.
And either they just disappear or they turn around and go,
Oh my God.
oh, I'm really a fan. And
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
And
Oh my God, I think you're going to respond to
I'm
this.
like,
Thank
you know what?
Yeah.
You need to go to therapy because your mom didn't pay enough attention to you. And that's why you got in trouble at school.
It's true. It's so true. And the people that waste, and the time is so, it's so important that people waste all that time to saying negative stuff's crazy, bro.
5 hardcore bands that influenced me.
Let's get it, bro.
Cro-Mags.
He's been thinking about this since the bathroom.
No, it just came back.
Let's go.
Carnivore.
I love him.
Carnivore.
Ooh.
Probably the most important of them all for me. You could argue they were a metal hardcore band I listen to. There's nothing more. I don't think there's an album in the world more hardcore than Retaliation by Carnivore.
Okay.
By my definition of it. Agnostic Front.
Which one? One Voice, Victim in Pain.
Well, it would be easy for me to say Victim in Pain because I got to sing on it, but I'm going to go One Voice.
Okay.
Because that's what gave me the chills and helped me to think I could do something in hardcore.
Yeah. You mean you sang the live CBGB's one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I sang backgrounds on One Voice.
Yeah.
On the album.
You said Victim in Pain. I was like, that's the wrong one.
You said Victim of Pain on One Voice.
Okay, you're right. Cool. Okay.
And I'd love to say One Voice because it's a defining album.
Yeah,
you know?
okay. So Agnostic Front, Carnivore.
Chromax.
You love Age of Quarrel, Best Wishes. Which one you have to pick?
Age of Quarrel.
Same. Okay.
AF is Victim in Pain.
Okay, that's 3.
And Carnivore is Retaliation.
Okay.
And if I'm going to go by bands that like influenced Biohazard, you know, I could influence me, hardcore bands, like real hardcore bands. I have to say Sick of It All because I would almost say Sick of It All / Killing Time.
Ooh,
because
great
to me,
ones.
they were one in this, they were always playing together in
Yeah.
the 80s and when I
Love
first saw
Killing
them.
Time.
And to me, those guys kind of defined what became like the bar of, I'm using this word in a positive way, not a negative, generic hardcore.
Okay.
Like, what is the brand of hardcore? What does it sound like? Sounds kind of like Sick of It All.
Yeah.
Biohazard is like an offshoot, and so is Carnivore, you know, but like the pure thing.
Yeah. And then Killing Time had a more metal. They had a bounce.
Yeah.
Bright Side album. Incredible.
Great album.
Dude. Fuck.
And
One more.
would you call Minor Threat a hardcore band or are they a punk band?
I call them hardcore, man. Hardcore punk, whatever.
I'd have to say Minor Threat
Fuck
or the
yeah.
Bad Brains. I have to go Bad Brains. I got to go Bad Brains. I got to go Bad Brains over Minor
It's
Threat.
hard to do 5, though. Because Leeway,
So-
what about Leeway? Leeway's so sick, too.
Leeway was part of our metal crossover part.
Yeah.
They, you know, like I have love for like Outburst.
Nice.
Like
That
I
name
always
just get
loved
mentioned.
shit like that.
Breakdown.
Breakdown was fucking hard.
So hard, man. Underrated, dude.
That was probably the most underrated riff.
Yeah, dude. That riff, that bounce.
That was something that really influenced that. You know, the New York hardcore compilation, the first, you know,
Yeah.
Where the Wild Things Are and the way it is, and the way it is.
Way it is.
Okay, if you want to go albums that influenced hardcore, those 2 albums, and then we'll have to go with, you know, Age of Quarrel, Victim
Yeah.
in Pain, and you know, a hardcore band that I love that, you know, was Madball.
Best, dude.
For me, Madball has carried the torch like more true than almost anybody.
That's a good point.
And, you know, I know Freddie since he was a little kid.
Same,
man.
dude. Yeah, man.
I remember when Roger first got, when I started really hanging out with Roger, it was like around 90, 91, around that time.
Mm-hmm.
And Biohazard was playing at the Washington Square in Miami. And it was all the Cuban skinheads.
Oh, yeah.
And they were dancing on the ceiling. It was the hottest fucking show. And it was Nadia's birthday. She was 1.
Jesus.
So Roger got a pony. And I remember I remember helping Freddie get on the horse. He was a little kid.
Wow, dude. Because he lived out there. That's right.
Yeah, you know. Damn. And then watching him make 7 inches with Stigma and Roger and
Yeah, man.
them creating a band with their fucking younger brother. And then, you know, watching, you know, and
Dynamo, just all that shit. Yeah.
albums after albums
Amazing
after tours
albums.
after tours. Like those guys
Still killing it.
They're still killing it and they do the work.
Yeah.
You know, I love Gorilla Biscuits, Moments. I love Youth of Today, Moments. Post-hardcore, without a doubt, Quicksand.
Quicksand, the best, dude.
Quicksand inspires me to this day, and I'm considering a Quicksand cover on my solo album.
Sick. That'd be crazy. That'd be so cool how you do a Quicksand song. Yeah.
I already know the song, too.
Omission? Is it really? I guess
The
I don't know.
story's always changing. Brapa, 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 brapa.
I just guessed it, right?
I
Dude.
said, why do I always have to spell it out for you?
Dude, that'd be sick.
in my own fucking voice for Walter and Tom. Let's fucking go.
Okay, well, last one, hip hop, top 5.
Okay, we go Rakim.
Oh yeah,
We
I
go
got
Chuck.
to hang with him the other day. Oh my god.
We
dude.
go. Well, I'm old school. I go all. I mean, I have to go all New York.
Okay, Rakim.
Rakim, Chuck D, the Wu-Tang entire collective
All
as a
of them.
whole.
Everyone.
All of them.
Everyone.
Now I only get 2 more.
Let's think about this.
Yeah, I got to think hard about this. I'm gonna go NWA.
West Coast.
I'm going West Coast because that really took a left for me.
Oh yeah.
Because all of a sudden I was like, yeah.
Let's think about the last one, man.
You see, the last one you could go Nas or you could go Snoop Dogg.
Or KRS.
You could go KRS, but you know what? I'm gonna turn it all inside. I'm gonna go Ice-T.
Woo.
I'm going Ice-T because
Hard.
hard and my boy and true to the game
Yeah.
and the Power album and the OG album and Rhyme Pays. What the fuck? And DJ Scott LaRock.
Yeah.
Right? That was KRS-One, right?
Yep.
DJ Scott LaRock and with which I loved all that Queensbridge
BDP,
shit.
all that shit.
BDP. But
I saw Ice-T play the Warped Tour the other night. Kill it, dude. It was
he played as
crazy.
Ice-T?
Ice-T and
or
Body
he
Count.
played
Ice-T
Body Count.
No, split set, both songs. I heard him doing colors, everything.
We
dude.
just played Hellfest in France, but we just played like 10 festivals with them. He pulled us up on stage to sing. What did I sing with them?
OG record?
No, we did the song from Judgment Night that they
Oh,
did
really?
with Slayer. Chaos, chaos, don't give a fuck, disorder, fucking
Damn.
hard.
He's cool, man. He loves hardcore, man, right? Yeah.
Oh, he pulls me out there in Cop Killer.
Fuck.
I'm like, man, I don't want any part of that. I'm up here with you, Ice. You know?
Fuck, dude.
You know what's dope too? His son tours with him, like my son tours with me, and we took a dope picture. It's somewhere on my gram of me and Sammy, Ice, and his son
Oh,
Ice.
that's beautiful, man. That's
And
sick.
like we're backstage at the big festival, and it was funny because there's these different stages at that Hellfest, and this was like the battle zone stage. This is like you know what's happening here. It's
Yeah.
only like the really hard bands. And I remember we were doing an interview, like a quick thing from us and Ice-T, and we made a video or something. He was like, "Oh, it's going to be on tonight. Body Count and Biohazard in the battle zone. Bring your helmet."
He's like 60 something too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's older than me, bro, and he's
great actor,
he's
everything.
so talented and so still humble and still so kind
Yeah.
and so family oriented. You know, he's up there where he's got, his whole family with him, and he
Dope.
puts out chairs on the side of the stage because they can sit and watch.
Fucking awesome, man.
Yeah,
Damn.
man. And you know what? He puts his people on too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw a bunch of old guys with him backstage, all Rhyme Syndicate jackets on, like older cats. you know, been around for a long time.
Yeah, and when we were touring with them, it took me a minute to kind of figure out who was who in the zoo because I was such a fan of them and I knew the names of the guys in the Rhyme Syndicate
Yeah,
because I was a fan on the record. I was memorizing every word,
Yeah.
you know.
Damn. Well, bro, thank you for being here for a part 2. I mean, this has been amazing. Your son's here chilling. Fucking.
You know, I might have to go back and get Cypress Hill in there somehow.
Okay, we'll go back. That's groups. We got Gangstar. We got Onyx. We got Cypress. We got House of Pain. We got fucking Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul.
Mobb Deep.
Mobb Deep. These are groups. Groups are different. They're different than artists. Yeah,
It's
okay.
different. It's
You'll
different.
put Onyx in there, bro. Fuck.
Bro, wait till you hear the shit that Onyx is doing right now. Sticky, I'm telling you, he calls me up on FaceTime and he starts playing me shit off his sampler.
That's dope,
And,
dude. It's nice to see them still killing it, too.
I'm going
man.
to tell you one of it after we get off the air because I
Okay.
don't want to give away their next shit.
Yeah,
But they're on some shit.
I'm sure, man. You both on some shit. New record sounds great. The songs sound great. Comes out October 17th. Divided We Fall. It's your 10th studio album. Forsaken's out now. Fuck the System's out now. Judgment Night Tour 2025. That's crazy. 2025 Judgment Night shit with Onyx, dude. Bayway, Swollen Teeth. Mantorship.com, correct?
Mentorship.com.
Website. Mindful Warriors is the app, the fitness app. This guy does a lot of shit, man. Anyway, I'm stoked for you. I'm proud of you. I'm fucking psyched to be in your life again, man. You know what I mean?
Let's go hike.
Reconnect. Let's go hike. Let's eat some vegan food.
Let's get in the sauna.
Let's throw your son in the fucking cold plunge.
Throw my son in the ice bath. Fucking.
But I love you and I appreciate you, man. I knew this was going to be great having you back on here. And fucking, just seeing you, man, your journey, and you being like in a good place mentally and physically in your body, and fucking what you're putting out to the world now. You know, it's crazy. It's beautiful.
You know, you get back what you put out.
Absolutely.
That's what I've learned along this road.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you put out a bunch of hate and you put out a bunch of venom, you're going to get it right back at you.
Absolutely, man.
You know, and you put out love not because you want to get love back. You put out love because it's your love.
100%, man.
You know.
That's how I live my life. I try to do like that. Put it out in the atmosphere, man, you know? Giver, not a taker. A lot of takers out there.
I've done a lot of taking in my life.
Mm.
You know, now it's time for me to try to like do better.
Yeah.
Give. You know, when I help another guy lose weight, get in shape, and I see the shift in their energy, right? We don't measure those things. We don't talk about those things. We take your temperature with the thermometer and see if your body's hot or not.
Yeah.
You know, but we don't say, how are you doing on the inside, you know? And man, when you feel bad, you're bad.
Yeah.
How are you going to go through your life feeling bad?
Yeah.
You know, whenever I'm hiring somebody for a job, right? Whatever I'm working on, whatever the project is, it doesn't matter if it's a guy to work for the band, or I used to own a restaurant, or I've had multiple kinds of businesses in tech, and a man or a woman shows up and they're really fit and really in good shape, I immediately give them 8 out of the 10 benefits of the doubt that they can show up every day and be consistent and do something at a high level.
Yeah.
Tells me a lot about
yeah.
somebody. You know, when somebody walks in the door and they want to be my assistant and they're, you know, 75 pounds overweight, what are they telling me about themselves?
Yeah.
What are they telling the world about themselves? When I was overweight, I was depressed and I didn't feel good and I didn't care about myself and I was hurting myself, you know. And today I can be cognizant. I don't have to make that mistake. I don't have to put the Doritos in my mouth, you know.
Yeah.
By the way, did you see that
choices
thing? Did you see the thing that the Doritos all have like moving bugs in them?
No.
Look,
all of them are just like a random batch?
No. This thing on Instagram where the guy takes a Dorito and he puts it under a microscope and he shows you. And there's like little larvae.
Holy shit.
In a lot of the things that are packaged goods.
That's fucking scary. Yeah, nobody's paying attention. It's all about what you eat, man. Like world peace starts in the kitchen, man.
World peace starts in the kitchen. Well said, Toby. And we can close on that.
Yeah, dude. Love you, man. Appreciate you being
here,
dude. And thanks to all the listeners. And this has been great. We'll do a part 3 someday. And,
yeah. Hey, I'll tell you an intention that we'll see if it comes true by the next one.
Sure.
So you know how like Travis does Run, Travis, Run?
Correct.
And Diplo is doing something like that too. I'm going to start to do Mindful Warrior workout like what I do with my guys on the beach, with my people. It's co-ed, what we do on the beach. It's, you know, every Saturday morning is... It's really funny, too, because I was doing radio interviews this morning with Billy. We were up at 6 a.m. doing radio stations. And, you know, the first single was Forsaken, and the first line is let's fucking go. And that's been my catchphrase for years. And it's funny because I threw it into the song, but Billy quoted me. He's like, as my brother Evan says, let's fucking go. And it's funny because you just need a simple little mantra for yourself, you know?
Yeah.
You don't feel good? Here's a mantra. Just keep going. Just keep going.
You're going to do this like around your, like Travis is doing them all around his shows. I'm going to run all of them with him. I'm going to run them in Chicago, one out here. I love doing those. It's like just a 3-mile thing, but he does them around the concert they're playing. You do that with the Biohazard tour kind of?
That's what I want to do. Like, you know, what an amazing idea.
Yeah.
And I've been doing mentorship circles, like meetups.
That's
where
cool.
the guys
Different
come in and
cities.
share. Big biker guys with beards, guys with face tats, cry for the first time, share their feelings for the first time, open up for the first time. I want guys to stop killing themselves, Toby.
Yeah, man.
I lost a lot of people.
You told me about. It's crazy.
We all lose a lot of people, and every time a person ends their life, you know, it's sad because they're giving up their opportunity.
Yeah.
When the pain of life seems greater than the opportunity, people check out, right?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
But what if you were able to change your perspective, to learn to always see the opportunity? You know, in Mantorship, we have a set of pillars, And one of the pillars is learning to see the good in all things, even seemingly terrible things.
Love that.
You do that,
Love
my
that.
friend. You do couple that with some gratitude, and you got a new lease on life, and you can go get in shape and go move to Bali.
Yeah, man. You're doing it. You're living proof, man. You're leading by example. Safe travels tomorrow. Have a great trip. I can't see all your crazy pictures from you out there with your shirt off in the fucking clear water and the fucking palm trees and all your journey.
I'm going to.
I love it,
the thing
dude.
I'm going to go see the elephants.
Nice.
But the thing I'm the most excited about is my friend posted today. There's a sanctuary for monkeys and orangutans,
I love monkeys.
and but it's not like a zoo.
Yeah.
It's like they're free and you can hang out with them.
I need photos of Evan on the gram with fucking monkeys. I know.
I want to
Shit.
what was that movie? Any Which Way But Loose.
Oh yeah.
I want
Yeah.
a
Big ass.
the big ass orangutan with his arm around me.
Dude, there's a lot of people watching your Instagram and living vicariously through you and being inspired by you. So everything you're doing, keep doing it because you're sharing your life with people, man. It's inspiring.
I want to give one shout out to my brothers in Biohazard, to Billy,
Yes.
Danny, Bobby. Grateful for you guys. Grateful for this journey we're on together. My son Sam, shout out all the Biohazard Management Agency's team, all my people in Tulum, and anybody out there. If you love me and I love you, you know it.
Yeah, I love you, and I love that
I love you,
Biohazard's back.
Toby.
Welcome back, Biohazard. The songs sound incredible. It's like you never skipped a beat, and it's exciting when the record comes out, man. It's gonna be awesome, man.
Billy said something on the radio interview this morning that I didn't know. He was like, the DJ was saying, there's this huge resurgence and all these bands are back. And he started naming all these bands that were back. And Billy turned around to the guy and said, as far as this is Billy talking, he said, as far as I know, we're the only band from our scene or from any of this that's the original lineup.
Wow, that's a great point, actually.
And I really we all talk about the Cro-Mags because Age of Quarrel is an amazing piece of art. But when was the last time you saw the original Cro-Mags on stage? Was 30 fucking years ago.
GB was until Alex just passed away, Alex Brown, a couple years ago. Rest in peace, Alex. So they were original since all the way up until a couple years ago when he passed, and now it's Charlie from Civ. But you're right, original lineup.
But Gorilla
dude.
Biscuits didn't play for 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just one record. It's a great record, though.
Great fucking right. You got a big fucking mouth.
Go. All right, we out of here. We love you. Thanks for listening.
Peace.
I always ask my guests if they have any regrets. I personally don't have any regrets. Even when it comes to my tattoos, I have the silliest tattoos. Even my ET on my leg, it's still a childhood memory for me, and I love it. I've had tattoos on top of tattoos strictly because I wanted more tattoos. I started getting tattoos when I was 18. I'm 52 now, and I can't stop. I've had laser treatment before on something on my arm. It's 4 tattoos on top of each other. And that experience at that place was pretty fast. It was pretty cold. It was in and out, swipe the credit card. Don't really tell me much. Didn't give me much details or anything was going to happen. So I never went back. So as of most recently, I'm so lucky enough to have had 2 sessions at Removery Tattoo Removal. My tattoo on my arm looks like a big black blob is now super light. I've had 2 sessions. I have a long road ahead of me. None of this stuff happens overnight. You cannot take a tattoo up in one sitting. You have to be patient. And it's painful. They ice you up. It's super fast. To me, it felt like a bunch of rubber bands. But what's more painful than that is looking at something on your body that you think you're stuck with for the rest of your life. That sucks. But now for me, I'm really happy I started this journey. I'm slowly going to get this tattoo removed. I never thought in a million years I have any kind of real estate on my arm. I don't even know what I want, but it's exciting. I'm so honored to announce that One Life, One Chance podcast is now with Removery. Call 866-934-4570 or go to removery.com. Use TobyH20 and get $100 off your first session. One of the most experienced tattoo removal companies in the world. Removery has 155 locations and 1.8 million treatments. US, Canada, and Australia. State-of-the-art peak-away laser technology, cryo technology to reduce any discomfort. This is so exciting for me because all I do in these podcasts is talk about tattoos. From day one, if you've been listening to this podcast, we talk about tattoos, talk about getting removed, talk about getting covered up. So this is such a perfect fit for me. Definitely check out One Life, One Chance podcast, episode 281. I have Carmen Brody, Mike McTurnan, and Dustin Ortle from Removery. And this is over a 2-hour conversation. People had submitted questions. It's an incredible conversation breaking down the do's, the don'ts, the fears, process, the results, everything you could imagine about getting a tattoo removed. It's all in this podcast. It's an incredible episode. I appreciate them all coming out for it. So check that out if you want to learn more about Removery and what it's like to get a tattoo removed. Once again, go to Removery.com or call 866-934-4570. Use my code TobyH20 and get $100 off. These guys are located everywhere. Try it out. As we get older, we start paying attention to what we put in our bodies. I personally have been listening to my body since I was 18 when I went vegan. I've always been focused on my health. It's super important, mental and physical health. But it's really important for people who are just starting to get more healthy and trying to step up their life. Doing your homework, reading the labels, researching and verifying everything that's quality. It's part of the game these days. That's why I started drinking AG1s. I'm so proud to have them as a sponsor of my podcast. AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement that delivers daily nutrients and gut support and is backed by multiple research studies so you can trust what you're putting into your body. We're all so busy these days, so just throw a pack of AG1 in the morning into a cup of water and shake it up and drink it. I love the way it tastes. I do it every single morning. It's part of my routine. I bring the packets on tour. It's an incredible life changer for me. Many supplements only reference research from ingredients in their product, but I trust AG1 in my daily routine because it's constantly putting the formula to the test. It's backed by multiple research studies, and one of those research studies, AG1 was shown to have double the amount of healthy bacteria in the gut, which is super important because these help digestion in the immune system and immune health. And these bacteria are known to help with digestion as well, gas and bloating, which I freaking need. And it also promotes regular bowel movements, what I can attest to. In another research study, 97% participants felt more energy after 30 days, and 91% of the participants noticed that they needed less coffee after 60 days. I quit coffee like 5 months ago. I know I'm good on that. But AG1 is packed with a variety of nutrient-dense ingredients and is the perfect complement to my healthy diet. I drink it because I know it's going to work, and it gives me a peace of mind covering all my nutrition bases for the day. In fact, I trust it so much, that's why I'm spreading word about it. That's why it sponsors my podcast. Thanks to Angie Huberman for turning me on to AG1s, connecting me with them, and now they're part of my podcast. It's so easy and satisfying to start your day with AG1s. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of the vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your purchase at drinkag1.com/OLLC. That's drinkag1.com/OLLC. It's never been a better time to focus on your health and wellness and get back on track, man. Take control of your daily health. Health is wealth.